Seems like just a few more than...
It's a few spells.
Yeah.
Would you like me to have less?
Alright, so
I'm
let me test
saying-
each of your mics.
I've...
If you could speak, Jenny, please.
Hello.
Maybe speak loudly.
Hello.
That's good. Alright, and then you.
Huzzah!
Alright, and then you.
Howdy.
Alright, we're all good.
You love to hear
me.
it.
I'm just saying, I don't fear the man that's practiced 1,000 punches. I fear the man that's practiced one punch 1,000 times.
Hello, Pat. Good to see you. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, it's Bruce Lee.
Are you you hearing us now? Audio all good?
Man, Wordle's been getting me recently.
They've been hard.
Forgo.
Oh no, you just gave it away to everybody.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, you just gave up the wordle of the day.
I didn't know if it was a
Sorry.
day.
There's probably like 4 people listening.
Not the kind of spoiler you thought you would get. Hey, Chaosic.
Yesterday's was
Manda.
hard.
Good, good, good.
Well, the
I
past
got-
2 days have had double letters, which I hate double letter words.
I hate double letter words, and I didn't get it till the 6th try.
Oof.
What?
Man.
Stop that.
Yeah, I was sweating.
I think I didn't get yesterday until try 6 either. Try 6, yeah, you just get really nervous.
It was like, come on, I know I got
Is
it.
that the last one?
Yeah, because you only get 6 tries. Have you not done it before?
No.
Really? It's actually, I thought it was just a very big meme thing, but it's actually really fun.
Yeah.
It's a simple
You only get
little
one a
word
day.
game.
Okay.
One a day.
One word.
5-letter words, you just guess a word, and then it tells you yellow if the letter is in the word but not in the right spot, green if it's in the right, spot.
Okay.
And that's it. That's the whole thing.
Do you have a go-to word that you use
I
every time?
go back and forth between like stamp and adieu and adore.
Adieu. Oh,
Adieu
'cause
gets
that's got
4
a,
vowels
Oh yeah,
in it.
4. Oh,
If I really want to just knock vowels out, I'll go with adieu. Adore is good too because it gets 3 vowels and a D and an R, which is pretty good. But I like ones that start with ST because ST are so funky.
I wish that
This
we
is-
weren't here.
This is how I heal us.
Okay. I can heal us 1 point at a time, temporarily.
Get better.
Roger, hello to you as well, my friend.
What's the spell called?
Virtue.
Virtue.
Hey,
It's
Jerry.
infinite.
You're all right.
Jerry, I think I owe you a
one
response on something.
I don't think it's-
I got a tickling feeling I do. I believe it's a mini that you still haven't received. So I checked. It looked like it went out, so we may just have to send you another one.
Who?
I'll double check.
Who's that?
Jerry, Adam Jr. Adam Jr. 79. Hey, Toriano, thank you so much for the gift subs, my friend. All kinds of gift subbery. Congratulations to Senecan, Shav Hunter, GDRFB
That time you almost-
1985,
Find me
Thunder,
a
The
subbery.
Undertaker, 1012. A subbery.
The time you almost killed me.
Hey, Tom J. Sherlock, congrats.
What?
Remember that time you almost killed me?
Dave, hello. Congrats on that awesome looking dice mold. I've heard you're already churning out some wicked product.
Was there something posted in the Discord for Cool Dice? I missed it.
It was like a few weeks ago that
Summary. We are the knights who say sub.
Oh. Oh, yeah. I remember those.
That was last week. I apparently did not look at the chat.
I've seen through the veil. I know it's coming down our way.
What?
Nothing. I will not get any more explicit than that.
Oh man, Pat's art of Irda.
Oh yeah,
After
wasn't
the
that
stream.
awesome?
Did you see that?
Oh. Oh wow.
I should
And he
pull that
wrote a
up.
cool thing.
I forgot that. I should pull that up. We'll go live on audio in just a
Reached out
moment.
about 3D renders.
I have.
Yeah.
Is that Markov?
Yeah, that's what he made for Markov.
Oh,
Yeah,
we had.
he
I
reached
didn't
out
see that
about,
either. Okay. Very
What
cool.
Walmond looks like. It's very difficult, apparently, using the models that he has to render
Oh
a
yeah, he told me
stone-looking
that
person.
like a month or two ago. He was working on that.
Yeah.
He said
The
it
problem
was
is
really hard.
'cause you can't put like crags into it, so they're just gonna have smooth skin, but they're gonna have a texture of rock on it,
Good work.
which works. You should be a really buff, sort of square-looking man.
Yeah.
Jeff just has a very high standard for.
Hey,
His
you know,
work, so-
love a high standard.
That's so cool.
It's very cool. Art.
Yeah.
I'm amazed when people can do the kind of art that our folks can do.
Oh, whoa. I already got 1,000 bits
What?
to Alcott for his loss last week.
They're loading up.
Aw.
Thank you, Chaosic.
Love the sentimentality
Seems
of
like
this
the
group.
start of a
This is why we have the best community in all of D&D
the lonely
Twitch.
wizard in the tower.
That's what he was initially supposed to be. That was Alcott. Honestly, that was what he dreamed of being. Was a lonely wizard in a tower.
And he might return there.
Yeah, and then his brother went and died. Well, and then the rest of his family too. But you know,
You can just get really paranoid and like everyone's out to get you and make a dungeon.
well, you know, that was the character motivator for going off and leaving and adventuring was a dead brother.
Nobody can get you if you're underground in a dungeon guarded by all
Yep.
sorts of things.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Have
you
you
so sure?
have you looked at the Dungeon of the Mad Mage? You say that, but we've gotten to 3 people in their dungeon.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, we have. It's been pretty tough though. Yeah, I've heard of Dungeon of the Mad. You ran me through part of it.
Did I?
Just the first floor.
That's right. That's right. Dungeon of the Mad Mage is really.
Isn't
cool.
it 100 floors?
It's 20 floors.
Yeah. That's
Which
tough.
which, from a like.
Thank you again,
dimensional perspective, is
Renreb.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Very kind, Chaosic. Thank you.
But there's a tavern at the top of it.
That's for Alcott. Renreb,
which is
by the way,
crazy.
there's several of you that gave a lot last week during Irda's final stream. And I want to say thank you. We'll talk a little bit about that. But
Did I get more?
we got a level 3 hype train going on here already. Let's go ahead and kick off live on video. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1.
Hold it.
All right. You are now both heard and seen.
Paper, rock,
As you can
scissors.
see, we have a little different setup here today because we are currently down to 3 PCs and players.
wow.
And we will likely remain this way for the remainder of the current campaign that we're on.
Let's hope we remain at 3.
Yeah, well, we could be cutting down to a much smaller camera here in the coming weeks, or it may just be me talking to you in a couple of weeks, depending on how this goes. The party has become very accustomed to having both their fantastic healer, their meat shield armored up, and with Irda now ascended as the Herald of Serenray, we shall see how these 3 will fare on their own. We have a lot to talk about today. We've got an unboxing that we're going to do.
Apparently, I'm the healer now.
I've got yeah, Kate is the healer.
Sad day when a pirate's got to heal you.
There's weeping and fear among the people.
It'll make you.
We do have an unboxing to do from Trollord Games. I've been sitting on this for about a week and can't wait to unbox it from Steven and Chuck. And we're going to work with these new camera angles today. We may fiddle with the seating and the camera here in the next week or two, but this should get us by for today. So we have a couple things to mention here as far as note taking. You, sir, are now our de facto what happened last time
I
guy.
assume.
But we can kind of rotate that around a bit. I don't want to burden you with it. And we're going to talk about BlueBoxCon, which is right around the corner.
Huzzah.
And then,
Huzzah.
Also we'll see if we have any questions on sort of the party structure moving forward. So thank you again to all of our Mad Chatters for all of your support already. Hey, Red Hulk, great. I needed to hear that. John is always right. You are always right. And then Sam, good to see you all the way from the other side of the pond. And see, make sure I missed anything here. I think I caught most of you. Once we get started, it's hard to keep up. Let's go to... What's that?
Nothing.
So let's talk some fan art, shall we? If you missed last week's episode, you missed a pretty dramatic and emotional departure for our own Evelyn. As many of you know, Evelyn has moved out of state. She was that desperate to escape me that she had to leave the state in order not to be chained to this table. But she's arrived safely in Michigan and doing well, and she's very thankful to all of you. So we raised over $600 for Evelyn on our stream last week, and that was sent to her via Apple Pay this week, and she was super appreciative. Many of you saw her thank you in the Discord, and I want to say thank you to all of you as well who supported every dime of that, and then some, because we made up the difference with the Twitch sub reduction, so all that stuff just went straight to Irda last week. Fan art, take a look at this. This is from our resident fan art producer extraordinaire who just never stops pumping out the fan art. If you missed his Lore Masters Arcanum with us a couple of weeks ago on how to draw, it was incredible. Really practical tips, made it very easy. Especially for new folks or folks that don't have a lot of confidence in their ability to draw.
By the end of the
Let's not get carried away.
Right.
No, I wouldn't call that art.
Do you want me to read what he wrote as the description of
Yes.
of the piece of art? He said, "On shimmering wings, the strength of hope delivered. On edge of steel, divine justice metered. Rise now with me, daughter of Saren Ray, and truly see your home awaits."
Very nice. Very nice.
Very beautiful.
Bravo to Pat Draws, always incredible. And then we have another cool piece of fan art here from Sieglin, Jeff. And this is his rendering of Markov. He's got the sword in one hand, he's got the crossbow in the other, he's got the shoulder pauldron looking like Mad Max. That is just a wick, and the hat is just perfect. So well done. Thank you all for the level 3 hype train. Woo-hoo. Very much appreciated. Great way to start off the stream today. Level 2, halfway through level 3. Sorry me, I got ahead of myself. But thank you also for all the fan art from our amazing fans. Here we go back to our main screen, and yes. Yeah, exactly. So, Cade, Jerry said you got this. No problem. All right. Let's see what happened last time.
All right. So, I didn't, watch the VOD extensively like Evelyn does, so you'll have to forgive me if I miss anything. We began last session with the party split. Irda and Alcott were in Magnamar, with Jiren actively attempting to regenerate Irda's ruined eyes, and to our dismay, the spell failed, but for reasons we later became aware might not have just been because something evil was on Irda, but we shall see. Because in that moment, Jiren felt, and Irda felt, a loss of connection to their gods. And Jiren mentioned something about a council was being held. And at that moment, Irda and Alcott felt, well, if we're going to do anything, we need to get back to Sandpoint and see if what's going on there is part of what's going on in the bigger picture. We made our way back to Cade and Markov, where they were making their way to the lighthouse, where we said we would all meet up. We looked through the lighthouse a bit, found it was nothing much of note. It was created by ancient Thessalonians, but it was just a thing that they made, not some big ancient secret. And we then made our way back into town, knowing that the one thing we needed to do is figure out what's going on down there, because it could be connected to, for some odd reason, the god's not talking to us anymore. Cade couldn't speak to Caden, and Markov couldn't speak to Imide anymore. Things were looking bad. And so we made our way down deep into the dungeon, underneath the glassworks, and found a series of scribbles of dark, bloody carbon ink, mixed alongside of ancient Thessalonian carvings telling a prayer to Lamashtu, the mother of monsters and demons. And we made our way ever deeper. Probably not the smartest decision, but we had to learn something. And we learned some stuff about the Runelords. Apparently, the Scribbler knows some things, and we learned some things about Lamashtu, and made our way down to a gate through a couple of small traps that we overcame as we went. And at this gate, we were told basically the last of this riddle that the Scribbler was putting before us. And we all, knowing that this door was not a doorway, a regular doorway, that it was some sort of gate into another plane of existence, stepped through, and we found ourselves in the abyss itself, rather familiar to Markov and Alcott. Unfortunately, yes. And in that moment, what had occurred amongst the gods became clear. They spoke to us again, let us know hints of what had happened, nothing direct, but some seemed apologetic, Caden specifically. He said we went too far, did too much, and we all looked around to see Irda looking up at a opening in the sky where Saren Ray was visible to all of us, and she made it very clear that the evil gods were a little bit unhappy with what had been going on amongst the heroes of Sandpoint. We were doing too much good stuff, and the scales of balance had to be reestablished. And so Saren Ray had to pay the price by sending her current avatar into the darkness. But Saren Ray didn't want to go without an avatar, so she offered Irda the spot, the new
Why
opening.
is that a spotlight in our eyes?
It's not terribly bright.
Yeah, let me turn it down. Because it's mainly this guy's fault, but the hat looks so good, but this spot is...
But the lighting's terrible.
terrible.
And so Irda, in her, knowledge of what was to come, saddened by this, said her goodbyes to the party and her goodbyes to the people who she had come to know and love as family, and parted ways and joined Saren Ray.
Yeah, and there was some wailing and gnashing of teeth in that process as well.
Goodness, especially for Malka.
Yeah, you had some very interesting sort of final moments with her,
And it was...
might have been a...
Your arm is all in that.
Yeah, can't see us at all. But that's...
Oh, sorry.
You're good. Gotta do what you gotta do. Ooh, yeah. Some warm light.
I at least look tanner there.
Yeah.
I look really ghostly.
I wouldn't want that.
No.
There
That's
we
good.
go.
That's
That's
good.
gonna be
There's the
warm.
brightness setting.
All right, so we got warmer.
And it's off.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
That's good.
It was mainly for these guys.
Yeah, that's much better.
Hey! And that is what happened
As
last time,
seen
except for the
stars.
fact that we looked into the abyss to find the Scribbler and some horrible eye-covered monster.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's what happened last time.
Well done, Alcott, especially for not having rewatched the show on VOD.
There was a lot of trauma I had to deal with last session. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, it was certainly emotional at the end. So as we begin the session tonight, you'll see the party is kicking off right outside the planar park.
Stone Golem.
Yes.
Can't forget that.
Can't forget that.
Actually, I'm surprised he's not there. I wouldn't have picked him up for any
That's the only
particular
thing that's gonna be
reason.
protecting you
Oh,
now.
is he is.
Yeah.
He's just hidden because he's...
Yeah, he just is rocks.
Yeah.
So.
All right,
There
so
you go.
let's go quickly and introduce your characters, and we'll jump right into it. Let's start today with
Roll a dice.
you.
Awesome. I am playing Markov Volpa, a Inquisitor of Iomedae, a Sanctified Slayer, which is a rogue for God.
Heck yeah.
Who is a monster hunter, extremely puritanical, and now arguably the most religious of the group. One that is constantly drawing derision from his peers for his rather brusque tone and intimidating demeanor. Not a fun guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's your fault.
Yeah.
And in possession of a new item.
Yes, I am now in possession of the shield of, was it
Alcadrian.
Alcadrian? Yes, the shield of Alcadrian, which is passed down just like Captain America's shield was passed to the Falcon, to the far less capable person of wielding it. Yeah,
Anachronism 1.
anachronism, one and only. That's
It's
it.
in the intro.
They're allowed in the intros. That's
Yeah,
fine.
so I've got the mantle of the shield now, even though I am nowhere near as tough as Irda was.
Goodness, we're gonna need someone to be a tank,
Wait,
though.
Irda gave me something. What did she give me?
Her flute.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I got a flute. Just play these
So-
guys.
Didn't
Give me
today.
anything, but that's all right.
She gave you a cast.
Yeah, the shield said he's not immediately disliking of me because I am a man. And that is what he prefers.
He did appreciate your gender. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
He came to grips with the fact that Irda, because his original owner was a paladin, was a male paladin. They had kind of a bro bond, so there was a whole story behind that,
Yeah.
not just blatant misogyny by your DM.
Well, it's an old school shield, you know. He's,
Yeah.
he's been around for a while.
Around for a while. He's
Yeah.
been sitting on the shelf for a while.
Yeah.
All right, next, Kate.
Huzzah! Hello, all ye landlubbers in the Sea of Twitch. I am a level 11 swashbuckler with a level 2 bard. Being a bard doesn't give me a lot of good qualities, but it does make me a little bit more fun.
You can cast magic. That's pretty cool.
Yes, but I pretty much antagonize you with it. I like to whisper in his ear, make ghostly sounds, play with mage hands, mage hands.
Mad hands.
Mage hands. You know, I now am the party healer, so huzzah to that. Good luck, party. And we'll see what oh, didn't I put poison on all of my blades?
Yes, everyone has abyssal creature poison.
Nice.
A currently
Let's see how that
unnamed
goes.
creature.
All right, and I imagine I'm last.
Yes.
Because there's no one else. Alcott Devereaux, Archmage Extraordinaire, level 13 wizard with access to high levels of magic, which I will absolutely be taking advantage of during this combat. And my friend Walmond is our new wall of stone instead of wall of meat. We'll need every bit of help we can get.
Yours was nothing but steel.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
All right. And with that, we're beginning episode 89 of our Runelords campaign entitled
No, please continue.
The Scribbler. Before I begin my narrative, anything you were going to say?
I was just going to say, we were standing just at the threshold.
Yeah,
about to step
right,
in. Okay,
exactly.
yeah.
All right.
Because there's some stuff.
Well, it could be.
Dr. K.
Is that accurate? Were we just in the threshold of the dungeon about to step in the gate, or are we in the abyss, all of us now?
No. You're standing at the threshold. You can see. I'll describe it.
Yeah, great.
Good to know.
He might have written something up, you know.
No, I haven't. But
An evil trap.
And then the ceiling caves in and the monsters all die.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
Yeah.
not that one. Wrong one.
It's like, oh no. I was really hoping to fight those.
You stand here at the bottom of this ancient Thessalonian structure that sat beneath the glassworks of Sandpoint. You have followed, as you said, these strange, scribbled, some nonsensical, and then these flashes of lucidity that come through in some of the writings that you've been able to copy down alongside these prayers to Lamashtu, which are scribed for, if not eternity, as close as comes to it, given the Thessalonian magics. As you have now reached this place, you've come through, and you can see through what looks like a translucent film the creatures that I've described to you. The Scribbler himself stands atop a stone dais, looking every bit the madman, the bandage or bandana around his mouth, his eyes a milky white, then sort of floating back and forth in his head. He holds blades in each hand, and his eyes survey as though he can feel you but can't yet see you. Beside him floats this huge orbed creature with eyes on stalks all around, giant fanged teeth. Its carapace, if you will, sort of a orangey looking. That's not him, by the way. That's somebody else.
Oh god, he looks hideous.
So here is an image of the Scribbler as he stands, and even all around him on these walls, even on these stone walls, you can see there are carvings and scribblings all across the walls. He even has them across his face, and he has a medallion that hangs around his neck. The floating creature with the eye stares, and it appears fixed, as though it can sense you on the other side, staring right at the door, slaver dripping from its fangs, the one eye in the center trained on the door, the other eyes moving in sort of distracted patterns around like writhing snakes. Oh, and a warm amber glow comes from this column in the center of the room, where you can see there are further runes scribed on it. So this is the party as you're standing right on the precipice of this planar gateway, and this is what you're seeing on the other side.
Would you describe the warmth as a summer day or as the warmth of an oven? You're just standing right outside the range of being cooked.
As though hell were boiling up from beneath.
It's just a gentle warmth coming from this translucent barrier.
This could be the good part of the abyss.
The one good part.
Yeah.
So-
This the
And you said, did you say last week feathers fell?
from ear.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Thank you. Yes, the most important thing.
Can you give me something?
Can you give me something to remember you by?
There are, let's see here.
It's okay.
I'm going to let you roll a d20, Cade.
Oh boy.
You want to use your own? Roll a d20. You can tell us how many feathers count.
Do I get 2?
What's that?
Do two.
No, do advantage? No. Well, actually, if you have, you might have from last week.
Well, I do have 3.
Well, you can use it. Yeah, you can use that.
But
You'll just take the higher of the two.
Nah,
you don't
not
double
with
it.
us in here.
But you could roll
This is not a good
okay,
one.
do
I don't know.
your thing.
But you said,
You
oh,
could roll a 1. Don't forget. If you roll a 1, you're not going to be happy.
He's baiting you.
I'm just saying. No, I know the look that's going to be on
No,
Cade's
all
face.
random. Dice
No.
don't have souls.
I mean,
all right.
He is playing
There
you,
you
but he
go.
is right.
Straight.
To be fair.
I'm gonna use an advantage for my feathers. That means I need an extra one.
John needs to be a pit
So
boss or
I'm
something.
going to use the one
The big
Alcott suggested, and I'm going to use my jade dice. We'll see which one is better.
It's gonna
You
be
better. Good.
I told
Oh! We got 19 feathers, folks!
you. Well, you don't know that 19 is the amount of
Oh,
feathers that.
well, I rolled it. Well, this is with his dice. This die has been just sucking balls.
You have 19 feathers.
Whoa!
Woo! We see feathers fall. I start getting feathers from here done.
Wonderful. Feathers.
I do have detect magic up. Am I aware of what sort of magic could be present on these feathers, or are they just feathers?
You can sense a faintly divine magic on these feathers.
All right.
Markov is getting on his knee and pulling out his holy book and reciting and just like, despite the horrific circumstances they found themselves in, again, from scripture to again repeating the one from last time about being the shield of civilization against the forces of evil, to do one more protection from evil communal on the group as we're about to enter in, which will also do shield of faith to give you some slightly better AC.
Right.
And then the last of the stuff I want to do in prep is True Strike, which will affect my next attack.
I see Markov getting like ready for battle. Do you know what this thing is?
Yes, I 1 second. And Iomide, I will be your sword today. I'm sorry. Yes, this is. I'll roll monster lore as well, if that's okay.
Yeah,
Or do
please.
you want to roll it?
No, please. You roll.
Okay. 30.
30. Yeah. You have general knowledge of these. You know what they are called. You know this is some sort of deviation of this creature that you have not encountered before, but you know that, of course, they have the ability to cast various powers from each of these eye stalks, and very many of them have an anti-magic field that can be pressed forth from the central eye.
Okay, great. Yes, this is a beholder. They're paranoid, evil creatures. You see its central eye there.
Yes.
It can shoot forth an anti-magic field. This is going to be a large problem for you.
Well, especially if you're casting magics now to protect us, they will be inert if that's the case.
Divine. What I have done is divine.
We shall see.
As well, the stalks. They can bring forth all sorts of different arcane witchery to bear against us. Each one, I know, doing some different effect. This is different per the creature. They're tough, and this one seems different from what I've read in my bestiaries.
Then we'll need every bit we can get.
However, if we were able to close the eye or sever it, that may offer some level of help.
I got me returning dagger.
Yes, that will be key.
It may not return if you hit it while in that cone.
Then I'll get it when he's dead.
The creature itself has a very tough hide, although then again it seems like almost every monster has a tough hide.
I'm aiming for the eye.
You should, yes. If you can get rid of its eye, I would consider that much like a focus for magic.
Focus.
Yes.
I drink so.
Gross.
That was so awesome.
Yeah.
Like, totally not what he meant, but so perfectly
Yeah.
Cade.
Yes.
If it can cast magic from its other eye rays, that means that you would be protected while in front of it.
Yes, so long as it couldn't bring it to bear. I believe the best strategy would be for us to get on either side of it, us being Cade and I.
Confuse it.
If we can flank it, then it can't bring its eye to both of
His
us.
eyes will just be darting all over the place.
Yes. Now, the effects are incredibly powerful,
Don't
so
you
you
have that
want to
thing?
be evasive.
That mirror thing where you can cast multiple
I
people
can,
of
yes,
yourself.
it will be ineffective if he's looking at me, and I imagine a
Oh.
powerful magic user he might be looking right at.
Or, considering it's a creature made of eyes, it might have some kind of true sight. Yet,
Hey.
we aren't... These are theories.
Yes.
Now, as for the other man,
The Scribbler.
if you can
Erase
still...
the Scribbler!
Yes. He is the wild element here. I know nothing about his abilities that we haven't seen. I'm less worried about him when compared to the prospect of a
But maybe
beholder.
we should be more worried about him since we're less worried about him.
That's
If he becomes a worry,
That's a
Cade,
fair
I-
point, Cade.
I am sure you can take care of him.
I'll do my best.
But if I were to give any advice, it would be that you go after the Scribbler. I don't remember any details. The Scribbler had any magical defenses that would trump the anti-magic of the Beholder. You would be more effective. Of course, without Yida here, the Golem should be at your side, protecting you from attack.
Just the distinct possibility that the golem won't work.
There is. However, me and Cade must assail the creature.
I'll do my best.
And I'll even put away my crossbow, and I won't expect you to go up there alone. I'm going with
I
you.
wouldn't expect that.
I've protected us as much as I can, and it will last to the end of whatever we find in there.
Then let me help too. And I will, my magic is so... Alright, I'll take out some licorice, bite onto it hard, and place my thumbs out and splay them out and say Velox, and I will cast haste on us as a group, also giving it to Walmond.
If you can't, can Wallman be hasted as a golem? Okay. This will be difficult. I'm sure you'll have many different tricks to bring to bear. If you could somehow blind the creature, that could help.
Yes, I have a couple ideas, but plans are folly once we enter.
One more thing. If you can get the intuition, an enemy such as this is full of pride. Let him monologue. Let him feel as though he has this, as I'm sure he does.
I'm taking an eye out.
You will.
Right away.
I hope you take multiple out.
Cade, I'm just saying that if they don't seem to immediately attack us, it could be to our benefit to try and...
I've seen this played out before.
Yes.
We monologue, and then they just murder us.
Well, this time we get... I'm saying you will have the first strike. You will be able to pick the tempo.
Well,
But
maybe I got tempo in mind.
While he's monologuing, you and I take the steps. We try and move as close as we can.
Oh, he's gonna see us.
Treat it as a stage. All of this is performative. Any movement is all choreographed. You're a very theatric man.
And isn't there lava everywhere?
Is that what is the lava
is the room?
situation?
Yeah, you can see looking through, there are patches of lava, much like in this corridor that you're in now. And then behind that, you can see what looks like a vast field of lava surrounding.
Oh, like over past here.
So-
Yeah, all back through here.
How theatrical can I be if lava's flowing everywhere?
That seems like it would just add to the theatrics.
You trying to kill me?
No, I'm not trying to do anything. This is up to you. Kate, do you really think I would tell you what to do outright?
Yes.
You're correct.
I agree.
Yes.
Listen, we need to go.
Yes. The information's here important.
see Alcott take out a small mirror, put it in his hand, and wipe it in an arc in front of him as he says Arcanum Conversus. And I'm going to also cast Spell Turning on myself. Hopefully that helps.
Great. And the effects that I've given you all, +2 AC, +2 to reflex, or any of your saves, will, reflex, fortitude. And it says that you get an additional save against mind-affecting spells.
Oh, great. Well, let's hope we don't have to do that. But
So, although this is Thessalonian stuff, so all of that could potentially be null and void. So we'll see.
Well, not everything. So you can gather looking at. There's been a combination of both Thessalonian and clearly demonic. Lamashtu is not Thessalonian. The Scribbler himself looks more affected by Lamashtu than he does anything Thessalonian, and yet somehow they're
this
linked.
might just be evil.
Yes. I do have the ability to create a magic circle to trap evil beings within,
Could be worth
but
it.
it doesn't stop them from shooting us with
Again,
magic.
we can plan as much as we want to.
All
We
right.
need to find out what will happen. And we need to keep the Scribbler as alive as we can to try and get information out of him.
If any can be gotten. What is this altar? How would you describe the look of it?
That's what I described earlier. It's a stone altar that has an obelisk on it with runes carved in it, different symbols glowing a warm amber color.
Yeah. Pulling out my crossbow briefly to look down the scope that's currently been attached to it. I'll also allow you to look down the scope at the runes on the obelisk to see if you can make any.
Can I make sense of the runes?
Yeah, so as you look through, go ahead and roll knowledge language. Linguistics.
14. Good amount now.
Yeah.
You can tell from here, just even with the basic knowledge that you've gained already and some that you've already encountered, these are the symbols for the various Runelords.
Oh, all right. Yes, we want to get in there.
Okay. Walmond should take the first step.
Yeah. I'll have Walmond go through.
So basically, they're gonna hear us coming.
Yes.
So Wallman steps through.
Yes.
All right, so as
Favorite sound effect?
Well, yeah, my favorite sound effect as Walmart.
I love that you staunchly refuse to say his name right. So much as just saying Walmart.
All right. The moment Wallman steps through, you see, just imagine a huge eye. It pivots and focuses right on Wallman. And then you see, you can't hear anything once Wallman steps through, but you see the Scribbler, he holds up a hand
Toward
the eye.
Oh, okay.
But is the eye looking at the door anymore?
No, the eye is focused on Wallman.
Okay. I am then going to step through the gate since I have an opportunity, and I'm going to I'm gonna take out a small minifigure of myself, and I'm going to mime throwing it forward, and I'm going to cast Project Image, and Alcott walks out from behind the wall over here. Another Alcott does.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. When you step through, that would be an initiative roll.
Yes.
The moment you step through, you do feel, which I warned you about last time.
Yeah.
It's like stepping through a sheet of water.
Yeah.
And you feel that cold, and there's a suppression
Not
on
gonna get around it.
some things that you can feel you can't do. You're also hit with a blast of heat. It's like being inside a furnace. It is incredibly warm. Sweat beads out immediately. You're going to get a +1 on this initiative because of your little subterfuge or ruse there with Wallmond.
Okay.
You did distract
Great.
briefly the focus, and so you're going to get a +1 on this initiative.
What did you roll?
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 1, which is a 2.
Well, I rolled a 1, which is a 1.
Yes! Great.
Okay, bad time for rolling a 1. And see, that helps. Look at that. That helped.
Yes.
All right, so we'll start with you then. We'll start with Wallman. What are you having Wallman do?
Wallman is going to go up to this thing and try and grip as many of the stalks in his hands as he can.
Okay, Wallman will step
was not the
forward.
plan.
He's already close enough.
Yeah, but I mean-
so that's not a great deal of distance to
decent
close. And here, let me put Wallman in the lava so he's easier to see on the camera.
Huzzah.
He's stone after all.
There is
Pull up stats.
Wallman. And go ahead and roll to hit.
Would I be rolling to hit, or would this be like a combat maneuver potentially?
I'm gonna say this would be a roll to hit,
'Kay.
followed by a combat maneuver,
right,
because
all right.
you're trying to not just strike but grapple.
I like that.
Chaosic, thank you so much, man. You're on fire today. That's from Markov.
It's
fine.
Markov,
5
you
plus
got
ones.
10 plus or 5 plus ones.
Great.
Pat Draws gave a +1 to Ear.
So 28 to hit.
28 to hit. That is a hit.
Great.
Now make your CM or
CMB roll
Yeah,
against his CMB.
yeah, CMB. Hang on.
That is 27.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but the way this thing hovers and floats, you see the eye like a serpent. It just that paw hits it and it snaps back before the grapple can happen. Go ahead and roll your second attack.
But does
you get
the-
damage? Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say,
you
does
struck
damage
it.
still happen?
You struck it.
I struck it.
I know that's an eye. It doesn't have a mouth, and it makes me think of a hissing cat.
Yeah, exactly.
19 damage on the first, and well above 28 on the second hit. I don't think he's going to try and grab eye stalks again. I think
Okay.
he's just going to go for damage. And 18 damage on the second hit.
Okay. Wallman, he really only catches, a piece of the stalk. They move back so quickly, but he does, each blow follows through, strikes the creature, hammers it back. You see as it's floating, it kind of tilts a bit in midair. And now we're going to Alcott.
Okay, I cast Project Image over to here, putting another Alcott. You can use the old Alcott mini. The white-haired wizard that you have.
Yeah, I don't know if I have him handy here. I think I put him back. Let me see real quick.
Was that all you can do is the project image?
We'll just use this one for now.
I can also haste a spell and cast one quickly.
It's up to you.
Okay.
You're the wizard.
All right, a second Alcott appears. Cade, what are you doing?
I'm actually.
I go through and I throw my returning dagger at his eye.
All right, Cade steps through.
Huzzah.
You
Like I
feel
had
that
a plan
same thing I
That was
described.
completely not in the slightest.
Well, your guys' plan was to attack the beholder, right?
No, I mean, there's parts of it that we're doing, yeah.
Roll well, Cade.
Pat Draws, all advantages or bonuses given to departed players
I use
automatically
an
go to the DM, so
advantage.
thank you.
No.
All
Unfair.
right, roll to hit.
A nat 14.
Thanks.
What's your total?
Good. It would be good, right?
I don't know, 28.
That's a hit.
That's
That is also not the correct number because you have a better sword than that on your sheet. But still, a 28
Yes,
hits.
you're right.
All right, roll damage.
and they're poisoned. That's just nice.
We'll see if that means
1d4
anything.
because it's
Oh,
a
it's just
dagger.
a D4. Dang, I really
Well, it's plus
wanted
14.
Well, no,
It's-
isn't your special dagger? Isn't it a D6?
Yes.
If I recall.
Yeah,
And
it's a
it's-
D6. Yes,
and you
plus
have
one.
panache, so it's plus.
You're plus 11 on the damage.
Yeah.
And then plus your ranged weapons you don't add. So
All right, so
It's 14
11.
plus if this thing suffers from poison.
What was it? Did you say damage?
14.
14.
Okay. You throw the dagger, and as the central eye is moving back and forth, it turns to look at Alcott, and your dagger glances off the large cornea. You see a slice.
And it has poison on it.
Okay, and
I mean, factually, yeah.
It does.
Or toxin. We don't know which one's. Wait, no, it's toxin. I'm trying to remember. Toxin is what is given to somebody.
Venom versus poison.
Yeah, this is venom then. Yeah, this
Venom
is
is
venom.
infected. Poison is.
all right.
This is venom. Yeah.
Oops, wrong side.
We don't know what it does.
All right, Cade. As your dagger starts returning back towards you, Markov.
Don't I
Yes.
get more hits?
No, not with
Why?
the returning, because it's a distance.
But
so
I
you
have
one.
other
You can just
daggers.
throw regular daggers.
Oh, well, I
yeah,
wanna
yeah.
throw
Regular
daggers.
daggers.
Okay, roll to hit.
Huzzah.
This is a regular one. Come on, you can do good. Oh, nuts. That's not it.
That's not. You do
All
get
right.
4 attacks because you're hasted. Your last one will be at full modifier.
Assuming if you have that many daggers.
Go, daggers, go.
No, but you bought I think Cade bought.
Oh yeah, that's right.
12.
That's
About
right.
12
Yes.
daggers,
Cade's
right?
pulling daggers out of the boot.
Come on. Oh, you crappy thing.
You've got one more.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, huzzah! That's a hit. That's a hit.
Okay, all
But
right.
That's only with the D4.
Thump.
This one's
Go
a
ahead and
D4.
roll.
I believe
No,
in you.
that's-
That's not a D4. That's way.
It's right there.
Where'd it go? Oh.
Yep.
Oh, it's the same.
Oh, same.
14.
14. Okay.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Wait, no. But
And that's poison
wait.
too!
No, but you don't roll a d6 on that. You roll a
He rolled
I
a
d4.
D4.
rolled
you
a
don't.
D4.
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much.
I rolled a D4.
All right, Markov.
I've used 2
Okay.
daggers. Oh, no, 3.
Do I seem like, while hasted, I would be able to make it there and attack past the threshold?
You did notice as each of them stepped through, there was like a slow,
slowing
like
effect?
stepping through it. Yeah,
That one had poison also.
I know.
So with that in mind, it seems as though I would, it would be unlikely that I'd be able to make it in the
melee.
one turn.
It's hard to say. Yeah, my distances are a little deceiving here. They're a good sort of 30, 35 feet inside the room.
And-
Wallman had 2 rounds to move there, so.
And on haste, you say we move how far?
Well, your normal movement is 30 feet, and if
Yeah.
you run, you can move 60 feet, and you can double. You can add a.
But I think he also wants to attack this.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, stepping. If you weren't stepping through this, you could move a full 30 feet, your full movement, and get at least 1 attack, which you
Yeah.
normally do.
Yeah.
In this case, you don't know what the effect is going to be stepping through that.
Okay, then we might have to do an opening volley. So we'll walk through crossbow ready, making good work to try and be in front of Alcott if possible.
Okay.
And I'm going to unload. So, kind of knees bent, walking through, pausing briefly to loose the first bolt in the chamber.
And you're loosing it toward the creature as well?
Yes,
Okay.
and it is the lightning bolt. It is true striked. So I will roll to see what happens here. I have to fix this real quick. Just want to make sure it's right.
As you do this, you hear the Scribbler. He begins rambling in almost incoherent terms, and then a laughter. Fools! Fools!
Yeah, what if he was a good beholder?
He's on us. He's on our. Of course, he's on our side.
Yeah, so past the true strike. Now you mentioned with true strike you like to confirm it differently because of the way that you handle true strike.
Yeah, only for the purpose of critical hits,
Okay,
right? So you hit, but you're still going to roll another to hit, and so it's like basically still make 2 rolls for
okay.
the crit.
Hit no matter what, but if you
You're going to
crit
hit
on
no
the
matter
second-
what, but
Yeah.
the critical still needs to follow normal.
Okay,
crit.
so I need a
Only-
20 on
right.
this dice. Okay.
Well, or unless you have improved crit.
No, it's a 1, so that's not going to
Okay,
do
but never
anything.
fumble,
still
yeah.
hits.
Yeah, so
And
it's
the
still
only, again, to explain for our viewers,
like
if
that.
you're wondering, it's a dangerous or a delicate ecosystem you can have with customized rule sets, and we have some extremely deadly criticals here, like one-shot kills that can apply to your hero or your BBEG alike, and spells like True Strike then can become way overbalanced. Even though we have a confirmation system here, getting an automatic 20 and then confirming, and then maybe getting access to these tables that are really powerful one-shot kills unbalances the system. So we allow the True Strikes to have their true 20 hit automatically, but we're still going to have to roll to see if you have a true critical situation.
great.
And I also, just so you know,
And I think we're good because I don't have any extra bonuses for flanking because I'm not in
Yes.
melee. I don't have precise strike.
I'm sorry. I just remembered though. The way I did this is I still double your critical threat range because you had.
He rolled a
Yeah,
one.
right,
Yeah.
but just for
But in the future.
So like
No.
if you normally crit on a 20, then we double that critical threat range with True Strike.
Great.
If you already had like a double critical
so you
threat,
get a 17.
so it could be like a 17 instead of
wow.
a 19.
Oh, great, yeah.
To give you a chance to
And
crit.
proof critical is a good.
So-
I am also going to use a meta magic feat to hit quicken spell.
Okay.
So-
This round,
Okay.
just so you know.
It seems like we have them surprised. I'm even I can't necessarily assume the beholder's flat-footed. It's very supernaturally fast. I'm going to use my mythic power. I get it 5 times a day to force a surprise shot in reasonable circumstances.
Okay.
And it goes past any damage resistance as well.
Okay.
So
Love that.
46 for Bane, 3d6. Yeah, 3d6 for surprise shot, a d10 for the crossbow bolt, and a d10 for the lightning bolt.
Yoinks.
Okay, so
rolls?
yes, 12, 22, that's 27, 28, 36, 42 plus 9.
So 51. Thunk. The bolt strikes. You see orangish, reddish ichor, just slightly darker than the carapace, spurts out from where the bolt strikes.
Ooh, wonderful. Let me find it here. And I get a second attack, and then with my haste, instead of attacking a third time, could I switch to my sword and shield?
Yes.
Okay, great. Then that's exactly what I'm going to do then. So the second attack, loosing the second bolt, is not a hit.
Well, don't be sure. Tell me what.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, you're
it
right.
might have
It's
bad AC.
21.
No.
Yeah,
Not a hit.
I had a feeling. So we're good there. So opening volley done. Quickened because of him. You can see almost like a blur, just back out with the Shield of Alcadrian and the rapier.
Okay. All right.
And then
Well played. Yes.
I'm gonna hasten a spell if you'll allow it.
Yes.
I'll use one of my limited meta magic masteries. This Alcott pulls out an iron rod and straightens it, and he says, "Add Stringo," and I'm going to cast Hold Person
Okay.
on the Scribbler.
All right. And what is the? Oh wait, actually, 2 things to check.
DC
here.
is 19.
All right.
It is mind affecting.
I mean,
Sorry,
this
what
is,
did you say it was?
19
19.
on I believe it's a will save. Yes,
Yeah,
a
I'm
will
going to
save.
use my
this was a good breach and clear. so
advantage.
far.
I don't really need my advantage, but. You see the spell settle on him, but he easily resists
Shrugs it off.
shakes his head, and leaps off here behind the beholder,
Oh,
Sissy.
and places his hand on the back of the beholder and starts chanting. As he does so, you see that main eye, the ray pivots and hits just we're gonna go this way. He's a smart guy. He just got hit for 51 points of damage. So the eye pivots, and you see a cone comes out, but half the cone goes into the wall. So it's put like a straight line here, cutting off Cade, Walmond, and
Fake
alternate.
out.
but the two of us are in the cone.
The two of you are in the cone. You immediately feel all magic spells, your haste dispelled. No saving throw.
Is it dispelled or is it temporarily suppressed?
Let me make sure I have this right, because I did go through this several times today, and
if it would work like an anti-magic field,
Yeah.
it just suppresses
Well,
until he looks away.
Just
Just because I've looked at that spell before.
that's correct. Yes.
Okay,
So
good to know.
that is
Not great.
any spell cast would be dispelled,
Of course.
but of course, yeah, any existing effects. So if you try to put a new haste on, but for now all of those spells are suppressed. Okay. Now the 3 stalks. Let's see here. One goes at Walmond. Second one goes at Walmond. Third one goes at Cade.
Oh no.
Cade, you see
They
one
don't
of
like
the
Walmond.
eyes of the creature pivot towards you. A malevolent pupil twitches, and you see from that eye comes. Let's see what comes from the eye.
Oh yeah, all of your d6s. Thank you. I might need that in a minute.
Very welcome.
Where did they go? All right. Here we go. All right, Kate, you see a
Nice. We'll see if that works.
grayish ray streams out from the eye, boom, hits you like a physical blow. I need you to make a DC 22 Wisdom saving throw.
I don't think you can succeed on that.
Really?
No, 22. You can make a 22.
22?
Kate's not the wisest.
I'm not wise.
So add 2 to whatever your will is.
True.
Yeah.
I'm a -1 on wisdom, buddy.
Well, no, that's
Will
not your
save.
total. You get your will save, not your
I have
wisdom.
a +2 on will saves too.
Yeah, so you're currently at a +7, is that? Yes.
You're at a +7.
That's you need a 15. It's 25%
yeah,
chance. It's not the worst.
Using an advantage?
No.
Okay.
Do you want to? Does
Okay,
he have
he
to
gave
say?
the hint. folks.
Wait,
He gave the
wait. I
hint.
will also say, because do you want to use any pluses? Does he have to say if he wants to use pluses before he's?
Oh, yes. You can use pluses as well if you don't want to
Plus
use an
what?
advantage. So remember, each
you can
advantage.
flat add 5 or use an advantage, right? It's either.
That's
or.
correct.
So is 2 25% chances better than 1 50% chance?
Don't.
Oh, don't do that. Oh, sorry. Yeah. That's my bad. Yeah.
And
I don't know what is better.
I don't know.
mathematically, I'm honestly not sure.
I'd just go with the advantage, yeah.
You got this.
You got this. You got this.
Nice aim!
All right, you feel your joints start to stiffen as you look down.
Ooh.
You see tendrils of rock start to appear on your fingers. In fear, you reach down and you feel the power of Caden Kalian, and you shake your hands, and the rock cracks off. And
Yes,
I take a swig of rum! Take that, you stinky eyeball!
You stinky eyeball.
Stinky eyeball. Okay, and toward Wallman.
Do any of these spells allow spell resistance?
You don't know. We'll get there. I mean, does Wallman have spell resistance?
He
He
is
doesn't.
immune to magic if any spell would.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yes.
Pat gave me
Except for certain
something-
spells, stone to flesh and transmute rock to mud affect
Right.
him. But
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
What is this that Pat gave me? A +1 to a player or DM 10,000?
you get a +1.
Oh, +1. Thank
Yeah.
you. Huzzah,
Yeah.
Pat.
Huzzah!
Yeah.
I got another one.
No, that's not an advantage. That's a plus
Just a
one.
+1.
What does that do for
You need 5 of those.
So
to
like
get
you could say, I'm going to use this, and I'll go take my
what's
14 to a
10,000?
15. That's a plus
plus
one.
one. It's 10 it's
5 of those
bits.
makes an advantage.
The difference is it's not bits; it's viewer points, which you get for free just by
Correct.
watching.
Correct.
I need 4 more.
Okay. So we have. Anybody else think it's warm
Could be
in here?
going worse.
Just me?
What are you nervous, John?
I think it's because we have open pools of magma.
You know
Yes,
what? Yeah,
I
that's
give
it.
you the full immersive experience here in this
That's
game.
I was about to say something, but I'm just not going to because I was like, wow, this is going well. In the moment I would say something
Yeah.
like that, it would just immediately, yeah.
All right. Well, here's what we'll do. I'm going to resolve what happens with those in a second because I do need to cross-reference what was just mentioned because that does apply here for Woman.
Great.
Secondly, we're going to do our unboxing when we come back from the break. We're going to do a little. We're going to an early break today because I need to do this resolution and I don't want to do it on stream. Plus, I need to turn the air down in here because we're all starting to sweat.
It is a little bit warm.
It's a little bit warm. So quickly, let me show you again. If you missed it earlier, the incredible fan art from two of our community members. This is from Pat Draws. His beautiful artwork for the ascending Irda in the loving arms of Sarenrae. And then we have here the incredible rendering of Markov, as done by Sieglin Jeff. These guys are super, super talented. So we're going to an early break today. Don't leave us. We're going to do a little bit of recalibration here in the room and get the air down. And I've got some behind-the-scenes work I want to do so I don't keep the stream from moving forward. And we have one question for you before you go to break. If you're watching today and you haven't followed, if you're a follower who hasn't subbed, if you're a sub who has not resubbed and allowed your sub to expire, our one question for you is, what are you doing? Come on, give us a follow, give us a sub. Blue Box will be right back.
Transition effect.
Yeah, my transition effect didn't kick off.
Oh. Need to edit your scripts.
I do. I don't know what that was.
All right.
You are in here, babe.
Yeah, we got to get him out too. That's extra body heat.
Yeah, true. Because it does say
No,
spell
I
or
remember
spell-like effects.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
Yeah.
So I just
Yep. The only reason I asked about spell resistance is that's how it determines the difference between the two. Is if they allow it or not. When you are done with that, I have a rules query for you as well,
Okay.
so that we don't have to do it on stream too.
You know, Thomas, I like this new action-oriented Alcott.
Yeah.
This
Get in
kicking
and get it
butt,
done?
asking questions
Hey,
later.
someone's got to take on Irda's qualities.
Aggression.
Yeah. Are your allergies getting to you?
Yes, they are.
They were starting to get to me the other day. I couldn't even go into
I
work.
spent all day outside yesterday and I've been
Oh no.
a lot of yard work and stuff.
A good breeze will bring it right to you. All right, Thomas. Mm-hmm. Never mind, our haste is gone. I had an idea. It's gone now.
Our haste is gone, but their haste is still
That
out.
is. Oh, that's a good point.
And if you walk out of the anti-magic cone, your haste will be back up.
That is good point. Oh wait, it was suppressed, not dispelled.
Yes, your haste is still on. It's not dispelled.
Okay.
Suppression is different from dispelling.
Okay. Would you like an order of damage, Thomas?
An order of damage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to supersize
A
that?
bit more damage, please.
Okay, he's gone. He can't hear my idea. 2 attacks. Vital Strike makes the second one full value.
Yeah.
Third attack, haste. Just need to get out of this little line
Yeah,
of
you
sight.
need to get out of line of sight.
Fourth attack.
Do you get 4 attacks with your
The
roll?
surprise strike is an extra attack.
It's swift.
It's a swift action extra attack.
Is that a feat?
You know, it's a mythic power.
Okay. I'm into that.
So I can get 4 attacks at full value.
I'm wondering, do you think my flute does anything?
You're what?
The flute
No,
did-
probably not.
No.
That's just probably a keepsake.
Wow.
And you had Deadly Throw as your mythic thing, which means 5 times a day you can throw something. It doesn't provoke attack of opportunity. Roll twice and take the higher result. So it's a free advantage.
A free advantage on a ranged attack once per day.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
5 times a day.
Oh, using mythic power.
Yeah, mythic powers. So now you know.
Well, I need to use that.
Yeah. I'd say so. You got your returning one.
Huh.
Supreme Trickster.
Okay. So I have deadly throw?
That's what the power is. That's the one you chose.
Alright.
Because you like throwing stuff.
Yes, I do.
Weird, right?
Plus 2 bonus and an extra.
So, quick question for you, John. My question is, the wording on Project Image says, if you desire, any spell you cast whose range is touch or greater can originate from the projected image instead of from you. The projected image can't cast any spells on itself except for illusion spells. The spells affect other targets normally, despite originating from the projected image. So, I'm in the anti-magic cone,
Correct.
but my copy can still cast spells.
Well, there's an interesting conundrum for you, isn't it?
He likes giving you.
No, he does, and that's a fair question.
They would originate from the image.
Yeah, but what I'm really wondering here is your ability to even communicate and control the image as long as you're inside an anti-magic field.
That is a good question.
Therein lies the
And that would that's
Why don't you think about it while you open that package?
yeah, all right. So here we go, blue box. Thank you for being cooperative with us on the early break today. We had to get the arrow or the air down in here, and then also just do a little bit of research to make sure we were ready to go to keep the action immersive and moving.
to see how he wants to kill us.
Before before we resume, we do want to thank our sponsors today. We'll just quickly run through them. We'll go around the room. I'm going to start with Art of Mike Disney, who is in the chat today. Art of Mike Disney, our great friend and a multi-talented guy, painting, sculpture, artwork, and also a fantastic role player, storyteller. He will be here with us along with Taryn for Blue Box Con, along with their little dachshund, who will be coming with them for Blue Box Con as well. So that'll be fun, and we'll enjoy seeing them, and a fantastic sponsor for us. Why don't you take Cozy Gamer Dice?
Huzzah! Well, you know why I like Cozy Gamer Dice? Because they keep me cozy. When I'm not using them to throw at people or throw at trays. I use them
For D&D.
for D&D. Not only do they roll nice D20s, but you know what? They're pretty too.
I've heard the
So,
D6s roll well.
They all roll well. You won't go wrong with Cozy Gamer dice.
Nicely done.
Huzzah.
Let's skip to you, Mantic Games.
Yes. Now, today we're in a dungeon. We're individuals fighting small groups of evil. But, nay, you're a general, a marshal of men. You deserve an army under your command to sweep the fields of your enemies. That's the reason you should go and buy Kings of War, because it puts you exactly where you need to be, at the helm of a campaign. Thank you.
Wow, we need to do that again and record it. That was fantastic.
And they have awesome scatter terrain, too.
Yeah,
Oh, it's fantastic.
All the terrain crate stuff is absolutely incredible, and just thank you for all the stuff he sends us. Ferox Fabrications.
Ferox Fabrications makes awesome wet pallets, as I've come to know them to be called, along with many other tools to help you paint magnificent minis, including magnetic mini holders, which are far superior to grip-based mini holders. And
Who needs those anymore?
right, it's a thing of the past.
True.
Among many other fun things, which you can find on the website. If Evelyn were here, she would be adding in the chat the links to these things. I'll do
you
that
can-
really quick. But yes, check all these people out. They're great.
And then, of course, we have Cowboy Hob, who does all of our newer artwork. You'll see all of her artwork featured on our Tuesday night Greyhawk Awakening stream. And while we're probably not going to do new artwork for our Runelords stream, given that we are getting toward the latter stages of the campaign, the new campaign that will start up here on Blue Box will, in fact, feature artwork by Cowboy Hob. She is incredible. Thank you for all that, Thomas. And then also this sponsor right here. Let's talk some Troll Games. That next campaign will feature Troll Games product, and so I've got an unboxing here to do. I'll just hold it up so you can see each thing. So slice it. This guy has been sitting upstairs for about a week, and I've been waiting to do this on stream. I had a great conversation. If you know Chuck and Steven from Trollord, we had a conversation, I don't know, it's been a week and a half at least, I think, about the what's going to come next here on Blue Box. And Trollord doesn't just make a fantastic gaming system called Castles and Crusades. They also have an entire world that Steven has built. And it's called Aired. So here's the first thing I have. I have this box. I don't have the camera here to hold in front of like I normally do.
I can hold it for you.
So this is the Player's Handbook. Thank you very much. And the Player's Handbook, it's all super well done, nice and glossy hardcover. We also have in here, these are the codexes of Aired. Aired is the game world, and it looks like I've got each of the different expansions, so you can maybe just hold those up one by one. Each of the different expansions. We have this great lore book. This contains a lot of the original lore for the origin of Aired, and this might even be better to hold her in front of this camera, and let me switch to that. Here we go, because that's a small one.
I might have an easier time.
But you can't see the angle. Sorry, but yeah, you can't see the angle. There we
Get it
go.
where you want, and then
That's it right there, yeah.
I'll hold it steady.
The Anandith. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then we have, my goodness, look at all this stuff they sent. Here is the Player's Guide to Aired. So a custom Player's Guide designed specifically for the game world.
Is that for 5th edition?
Yeah, that is 5th edition.
Oh, wow.
Of course. I'm not sure what we may be playing 5e in our next campaign.
Interesting.
We'll see. We'll see. Just to simplify things, not sure yet.
That's really cool.
It
And
does
then,
simplify things. That's
then we have
many goodies.
Monsters and Treasures of Aired. So I love it when you have these sort of rules and like players' guides and monsters that are specific
art is so good.
to. And then look at this, the Codex of Aired. This is gorgeous.
Monster.
And so thank you very, very much to our friends at Trollord Games, and hopefully we'll be telling some great stories around the incredible IP that they have developed. All right, let me come back to this one. Okay. Back into game mode.
Happy birthday. Also, that's how you spell aired. Oh, I think you did spell it out for me, so I don't think I got it wrong.
Here.
That little green book, the Andanath, it looks like it was like a bardic collection of stories, which is really cool.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. Thank you very much.
I love the. Just grab it.
All right. So as we resume, you have the Scribbler standing behind the beholder. He's chanting. As he's chanting, the eyes of the beholder, they pivot. One ray has struck Cade. Cade has shaken that off. The other two rays strike Wallman, and they dissipate, it just as though not even affecting him any at all. Just little showers and motes of energy that cascade away from him. And then you feel a discharge of not divine, but fiendish energy. And you see all of the wounds of the beholder are completely healed.
Oh, what a nerd.
And the creature is completely restored. The Scribbler cackles. And
Initiative,
we
right?
go to initiative.
You biffed it.
No.
Out of 5 this time.
Yeah, you're fine. You can go first if you want.
All right. Let's see. The Scribbler
Scribbles.
steps out from behind and looks directly at your projected image.
It's to cut out.
I mean, it looks really good.
Yeah. Not just because you look really good.
And you see, again, his eyes are fluttering white. And he holds out a hand, and he casts Dispel Magic.
Okay.
That might just happen.
My question is, would he be aware that that was an illusion?
That's so. Lamashtu gives him true sight.
what
That like that reference to the eyes and the white eyes, the back. Like he has the true sight eyes of
That makes
Lamashtu as his.
I hate it.
This guy's seeing something, that's for sure.
Yeah.
How do these DC work? So the DC would be 24.
24.
That's pretty tough.
He's rolling D20 plus caster level.
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
Pretty tough DC.
That
That's
is pretty tough
That's a tough DC.
I have
Yeah, can we like get
2
that guy to
advantages left. I'm going to use one of them here.
What if I use
stop the
one
whole
of mine?
Healy thing that he did?
Are you allowing
I think we stopped allowing that.
'Kay.
Oh no. We stopped allowing the
people
folks to
giving
give disadvantage. Yes, you can use one of yours
I will
against
use
mine.
one of mine to
Okay.
make you have a straight.
And the DC again is a 24?
24.
Okay.
200.
It's pretty tough.
Sorry.
I tried.
Your projected image vanishes. The Scribbler pivots and looks right at Cade. The Beholder, being the smart creature it is,
That cone it's got us in, if it turns, the cone could potentially have us leave, right? Like it follows his eye.
correct.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So that he has to keep his attention
Right. Yeah. So
somewhere.
that's the conundrum that the creature
because
has.
he's going first.
Yeah.
Technically,
Right.
we have a mild tactical advantage in that way.
mild. Very mild.
Hold on to it for as long as
Yeah.
we can.
So we'll kind of use this. You might be able to sort of see it on the screen.
Because he can't. He would have. Well. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, so currently the cone kind of goes like this,
sweet. Oh, that's
right?
super
So
cool.
so that's how it, the eye pivots
There's like a line going right there.
and it catches. Now it will catch Wallmond as well.
It's just not. Yeah.
Okay, it's just not reflected there. It pivots, and the 3 eyes focus on the 2 of you.
Fantastic.
First one at you, second one at you, third one at you.
Okay, only one.
My touch AC is currently 18.
Well, it may not be a touch AC. It may be
Well,
something else.
if it's magical attacks, I have mage armor and extra stuff
Okay.
on top. So.
It's a tough one.
All right.
Although he's
So
probably pretty
if-
good at touch attacks, but
Hang on. Okay. Oh, I'm sure that won't happen. That would be really bad. All right, so the first eye pivots towards you. It's an innocuous-looking white ray. It strikes you right in the forehead, and you feel a sense of like weariness.
It's very sleepy.
And you just feel like you're not sleepy, more just like lethargic. You need to make a saving throw, a dex-based saving throw.
So reflex.
except for first, my contingency pops off and tries to dispel it off of me before I even have to
Okay,
do that.
all right.
Stupid rated with 33.
Oh, hey, thank you very much, Waffle Stupid.
Have a
We
good
appreciate that.
raid.
That's a fantastic raid.
Welcome to
we
the
appreciate our
fight.
friends there.
If they keep rating us, they'll have to change their name to Lawfully Making Great Decisions.
Awfully intelligent.
Yeah.
Lawfully intelligent.
All right. I naturally get advantage on these checks because of my mythic feat that I took.
Okay.
Lovely raiding.
Great. A 29.
It dissipates. The second ray. Whoops, die got caught on the side.
Did you say the other two went to him, or
No,
one
two
went
on
to him
you.
and one went to me?
Yeah.
All right. Yep.
The second one also hits.
Cool. Let's hope this one isn't significantly worse.
This is the second one on you, or
Yes,
this?
second one on me.
I mean, you never know.
I died.
I mean, would you rather be slowed or
Someone
annihilated?
just rated with 56.
Whoa!
Let's go!
Yeah, brave.
Let's
Oh
see
my
who is
gosh.
that. Oh,
Hi,
careful,
guys.
cantrip. Thank you very much.
Stick around. We're fighting a beholder.
We appreciate all the raidery. Since we have so many people that have just joined, if I could ask the folks that were already with us to be
We
just
need
a
a
bit
giveaway.
patient. Let me explain where we're at here. Yes, we're going to have a couple of giveaways today.
We're at 125.
So stay with us.
Giveaway now.
Whoa! But the party is currently deep beneath the glassworks of Sandpoint and the catacombs of the ancient Thessalonians. They have discovered the writings of a madman called the Scribbler, who is under the influence of the goddess Lamashtu. As they are chasing down these ruins, they have finally found him in a pocket plane where they are battling both the Scribbler and also his pet beholder. They are in this pitched battle, now absent their paladin, Irda, who has ascended with Sarenrae, taken off the board like a chess piece by the gods as a result of an unfair advantage that was being given by the alliance of gods that have been helping this group. And now they are in a pitched battle. In the midst of this combat, where you can see they are here. And so the Beholder featured here, this is the cone of its anti-magic field, and you have each of these party members. Let's quickly go through and introduce just who these players are for all these new viewers.
Would you like to go put on the Dino or Glitter shirt since we beat 100 viewers while we introduce ourselves?
No, we don't want to slow this down. All right, so let's go ahead and let's go to you first, Alcott.
Alcott Devereaux, Wizard Extraordinaire, level 13, Archmage Wizard, human, who's currently out of an anti-magic cone and maybe regretting it. That's me.
All right, let's go to Cade.
Huzzah! You landlubbers in the Sea of Twitch, I am a level 11 swashbuckler. I have 3 of my own taverns, which I am not proprietary right now. I'm a level 2 bard, which I have magic hands. I have whisper, and I can throw fireworks, and I can heal. It's suspicious, but I can.
Yes, Markov.
Yes, I'm playing Markov Volpa, a level 12 Inquisitor by Nomade. To keep it brief, imagine a Salem Puritan witch hunter mixed with just a little sprinkling of John Wayne from Outwood.
Ooh, I like that description.
So that's what I'm playing today.
Whoa, we all get 5 plus 1s. Or an advantage.
Thank you very much for all of the bits. Thank you, Renreb. Thank you for all the new followers. Once again, thank you to Careful Cantrip and Lawful Stupid, 2 of our very close friends here in the D&D community. Great streams. You've seen them.
Markov's mic is
We've
off.
raided them in.
Did you do a bad?
Did you unplug your
Yep,
mic?
we're
All right.
good now. Should
But
be.
thank you again for all that. Thank you for a hype train. I don't know where we're at, but it's our second hype train of the day, and it's going off. Thank you. We got it fixed. He kicked it with his leg. Level 5 complete. Outstanding. So let's jump back into the combat. Thank you for your patience, all of you that were already watching, but I thought it would be good to catch up. So many new folks that just joined with us. All right. The second ray, as it strikes you, you feel your body jolted, and I need you to make a con save, DC 24.
Cool.
Best of luck.
24.
So it's a +2 to this period.
So it's 24 minus 7 would be
17.
17.
So this is
I'll add 5. Make it essentially I need to roll a 12.
Okay. So I've used 5 of your +1, so you need a 12 on this.
I rolled a 17 on the dice.
Okay.
Huzzah!
You guys are rolling
Lovely.
well today. Very fortunate. You feel yourself begin to freeze. Not the same effect that hit Cade, but your joints just begin to stiffen. Your fingers twist, and then you also are able to release it. You, Markov.
You have spell resistance.
with the shield. Oh,
Yeah.
is it 13?
Spell resistance 13.
Okay, you
have to-
hold up the shield of Alcadrian, and what is the 13, right?
13, which I think it might beat on like a 2. But
Probably.
if it rolls a natural 1,
Okay, all right.
that was predictable.
All right, this
Petty
ray
wizards.
strikes you, and ooh. All right, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw against a DC 24
Okay.
as this ray strikes you.
Great. Since it's dexterity, I have duck and cover for dexterity saving throws, so I get to roll 2 and take the higher because I'm
Okay.
next to Alcott.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so what do you need on the die?
So I have +10, so it's 24, so 14. I'll even add 4 +1s.
You need a 10.
Yep.
On an advantage. Wait. Oh, you have advantage because I'm next to you.
Yep.
So what do you need now?
A 10.
Okay.
No, overkill. We got it. 17.
Okay.
17 plus, so
All right.
27.
The ray
More
that
than that.
strikes you is black.
Oh.
And
That's
as
dangerous.
it strikes you, you briefly see images of your childhood flash through your mind, and you shake your head, and you can't help but take a deep breath. Now, this is the same round the eye came off you, so the suppression is still in effect for this round because you're going second.
Unless we move out of it.
No. What I'm saying, at the beginning of this round, the round was already
I see what you
suppressed.
mean. Yep.
It moved, so simultaneous action. It moved its ray off of you. So now your suppression begins in the next round, or leaves in the next round if it does not pivot back.
This is fine.
Interesting question though. Would it have been able to cast spells on us if we were still suppressed?
Well, it's the
Yeah, because it's action. So the effect remains on you for the round, even though
because it's
the
all
ray itself.
simultaneous.
Exactly.
As it's moving,
so it moves. It's right.
casting.
Exactly.
I see.
It moves. Now it has a clear pathway,
That's
but
its
you are
6
still
seconds.
suppressed for the remainder of that round.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. All right. Now it's the party's turn. Let's go to Cade.
Huzzah! I take a swig of rum. Got to. Okay. Now, this cone is around me. Does that mean I cannot fly?
Not yet.
What?
It's not around you.
Oh,
yet.
then I fly!
Okay.
I have flying ability. I fly to here.
All right. So you take off. And you fly where? Here? on
Right
top?
here, yes.
Right. Okay. Right next to the obelisk. You see the orange glow of the runes coming off the obelisk, and you can feel a palpable sense of evil emanating from it.
Can I, while I'm flying, can I throw my returning dagger?
Yes, you'll take a penalty on that throw.
Could he
I'm
make a
deadly aim.
fly check to see if he doesn't take it?
No, no, but I will allow a fly check to determine the amount of the penalty. That does make sense. Our hype train is concluded. Thank you, Renreb. I needed that. This party is rolling really well today. 5 more for the DM. And thank you, I'll just say this one last time. Thank you for all the people that rated in. If you're watching today and you haven't followed, or if you're a follower who hasn't subbed, especially one of those new followers that just popped in and you haven't followed yet, or you're a sub who subbed expired, please resub. If you haven't done those things, we have one of those questions. We have one question. If you haven't followed, we have one question for you. What are you doing? Come on, give us a follow, give us a sub.
Like
All
a
right.
friggin' supervillain. You say what you're doing is
All right. So describe for me what you're doing, and then I'll determine the amount. Describe for me what you're
not a
doing, and I will determine the amount of penalty you take for this action.
Okay. What I do is I leap from where I am. I see the obelisk, but what should I do? I'm really tired of the Scribbler. Well, what should I do? Oh, but he keeps healing him, so I see the Scribbler. So,
All right. You got this, Cade.
But he's dangerous. But he's healing the dangerous man.
I take my returning dagger as I leap up. I take the dagger out and I throw it at the Scribbler.
Huzzah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna erase you, Scribbler! And I throw it at him.
Okay. Make your fly check first.
Oh, what does that mean?
So just roll.
fly modifier.
Yeah, roll.
Open up your character sheet.
Yeah, open up your character sheet and.
And swashbucklers get the ability to add a d6 to any fly, acrobatics, whatever checks because of daring do, which is such a fun ability.
Just to save you time, go ahead and roll d20 for me.
Roll
Just-
D20?
Just roll.
Huzzah! Huzzah!
All right.
Huzzah!
You're only going to take a -1 on this roll. The least penalty you could take for what you're doing. You leap up out of the anti-magic ray that pivots towards you, and as you're in midair, you fling your dagger toward the Scribbler. Go ahead and roll.
Oh, using an advantage, folks. I'm using.
It rolled really well.
Pooping scum.
It's not terrible. You have a good modifier, and he's just a dude.
So it's 9 total.
9 total plus 14.
Plus 13, 23.
It's not bad.
No, I wanted it to be a 20.
Oh, well, fair. You know, that is fair.
So
Do I have anything else to add?
he had already pivoted back toward the party after he had dispelled the projected image from Alcott. So you're in his eyesight as you leap up. He just smiles and ducks out of the way of your dagger.
You can spend a mythic power to roll a d6 and add it to the roll, knowing that it failed, but potentially making it succeed.
That's what I do.
Just a d6 though, so it might not get it there.
4,
On top of 23, so 27.
27, 27.
Let me double check here. Let me double check. That's a hit.
Yeah!
Somehow, as he steps out of the way,
It return on the way back.
there are gusts of heat that are coming off the ground and currents of air. Just enough current of air comes out of a gout of magma. It catches the flat blade of the dagger and changes the arc just a bit
Cade
and
saw
slices into
coming.
him. Exactly.
Yes.
You knew.
Oh!
Plus-
Praise be.
Plus 11.
17.
17. Wait, what? Oh, yes, that's right. Thunk! Your blade strikes right between the joint of the shoulder and the pectoral muscle. Strikes in, and now that was your returning dagger.
Yes.
Okay.
So it pulls it out and
Well,
makes it bleed and ooze.
Let me see with that level of damage. It may stick.
Well, yeah, that's actually, I've always wondered, does it return by a physically coming back or
yeah.
does it teleport back?
No, it returns. It
Okay,
comes back.
that's
It-
kinda
yeah.
cool.
So it comes out. Blood spurts out, and the dagger spins back towards you.
Huzzah! And I grab it.
You land elegantly right next to this glowing pillar. All right, let's go to Alcott.
Perhaps Wallman should hit twice? That's cocked. I'm not going to take that.
I would have taken it.
Well, I got one less than the dice roll, which is already great. It's higher than a 28 on the
Okay.
folder.
Hit.
And the other one is, a 33. So
All right. Boom, boom. 2 blows from Wallman.
Are you good?
I'm hammers down.
That's a great question.
On the beholder.
6 plus. What is
Thank you, Kurviak. Thank you, all the other followers. I missed many. I know.
27? 33 damage.
Boom! A massive blow hammers into that orangish carapace. Again, you see it kind of wobble off balance. It bounces off the back wall. That eye is darting quickly now.
Okay.
Good.
I'm.
Irda gave you.
Oh, is Evelyn in the chat helping me out?
Oh.
Yes.
Stop being nice. Save your money.
Irda's giving you advantages.
Aw,
That's
how
so
kind.
sweet.
Thank you very much, Evelyn. But honestly, the DM's in trouble here, so.
Stop. Don't listen to him. Do I have enough movement to get out of the cone's effect and cast a spell this round?
Well, so again, the.
I see it
Yes,
swiveling to the
yes,
right. So
yes.
could I move like up against the wall, trying to notice the movement and try and sneak something off before that occurs?
Yeah, so you're pivoting past Markov, and I'm not holding exactly to the locations of the magma
Yeah.
on the Dwarven Forge terrain there, but go ahead and make a.
It's a reflex.
Yeah, I was gonna have you make a reflex check, and we're gonna do that at a. Let's do that at an 18.
DC 18. Reflex. Easy. Not easy.
If it's is it a reflex saving throw or is it
Yes.
dexterity save?
No, it's a reflex saving throw.
Now I'm gonna read my duck and cover.
I don't think it gives it to me.
I
It just gives it to you.
I think you're correct.
Because I would have to have the feat. I don't get it.
Yep.
I'm going to.
How much? What'd you roll? How much did you
I
miss?
rolled
it
an
by?
8. I missed it by 3.
Okay, all right, because you basically what happens is
Yeah.
you step forward, you realize you're trying to get out of the path of the ray, sneak along that wall, avoid the magma, and even as you get there, you realize you're about to bump into the back of Markov, even as he's training his crossbow, and so you think better of it.
Can I try and spend mythic power to succeed?
Yep.
He gave us the mythic power.
I don't. I needed a 3.
You wasted it. You come right up to the edge.
Okay.
You start to slide through, and you realize you're about to strike Markov and potentially knock him into self-same magma. All right, Markov.
Yes. Markov, having blocked the ray with his shield and fighting back the images of his the torment that he endured as a child, he will steady himself and move towards the creature. And unlike the way I envision Irda, charging at something with the shield and like a controlled brutality, like getting right up in its face.
Right.
Markov, with his shield hand, clutches his chest to keep the shield against his body.
Protect as many vitals as possible.
As he doesn't come up, he doesn't have the armor to protect him as much.
Right. Go ahead.
And the other in him kind of trying to remain
so cool.
like askance, as flat as he can against the creature. And he doesn't try and jump in right into the creature's space. He maintains a little bit of distance to lunge and maneuver a bit. And he'll go in and he'll do a lunge over top of just a little amber glowing, not quite magma, but heated rock, and lunge right at the creature.
Roll to hit.
The sword itself, it begins to glow blue. Just a very faint blue, because I'm attaching the axiomatic trait to it.
Okay.
And then, what the last thing? Oh, his eyes are just maintaining like a dog in the night that reflects the light.
Right.
So he's on.
Lots of stuff.
He's looking fiendish. Okay, great. So first attack. Mini bonuses. It is.
I wonder, John, if in my stumblings you would allow me to throw my dagger on my hip, because otherwise I'm gonna do nothing this time.
I think that's fine. Yes, I think that's fine.
We all know what's gonna happen. It's not gonna hit. It's gonna clatter to the ground and maybe melt into the lava. But
We don't know that.
I could try. I rolled a natural 1.
Oh no! No!
Shouldn't have even done that.
Oh, that's very questionable decision making there by a very smart guy.
Would you like me to confirm the fumble?
Yeah, you bet I would.
A 6 on the dice.
A 6 on the die.
You're gonna stab yourself. That's what you're gonna do.
All right.
I imagine I'm gonna roll D100 for a fumble.
Yes, you are going to roll D100, and I'm going to pull out
Roll your attack.
not my ever mysterious
No, I'm
Tim
waiting.
crit tables,
tables?
because Tim's crit tables are too soft. So we are pulling out
Why
now.
would you want the bin?
The slightly more mysterious.
What's that?
Why would you
fumble
pull out
tables.
worse ones?
Well, because I'm just saying the fumbles are soft. Tim's tables as a whole are amazing. Just the
That's an
fumbles.
86.
All right, so
It is.
you know where we go for this. We go.
Ouch, owie, my bones.
God, it would.
We go to our
funny if I
old
told
school Middle Earth
here.
role-playing critical hit tables.
Goodness.
These things are wicked.
They're very
Wicked.
cool.
All right.
Yeah.
You rolled an 86.
I did.
You find
God, those are
these are so
ancient
like
documents.
these are ancient documents.
Treat the legal papers.
These have seen the felling of many a beast and PC alike.
It's a manuscript.
It's a
The amount of times you
manuscript.
flipped and turned them over, you'd think it'd be written in like ancient draconian.
What is this? I must.
It's just archaic.
Where's the codex?
Yes. Apple.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not a good one.
No, I don't imagine that it is. It's funny. I hope it's just not too funny.
You, in the attempt, you're trying to squeeze past Markov. You try to summon this additional ability that you have to make that narrow squeeze through and fling the blade. As you do so, not noticing how close that piece of rock is protruding from the wall, you strike the side of your skull on it. Your dagger peters off into the ground. You take 3 hit points of damage, and you are stunned for 2 rounds.
Oh, for 2.
This is what you get for trying to do anything.
You see stars, and your dagger clatters to the ground.
Great, you guys got it.
Well, good news is they're probably not going to target you for a minute. This is simultaneous. I don't
Sure.
recognize that the boy has somehow knocked himself out, trying to do a very simple.
Right. No,
maneuver.
you're in front of the beholder now.
So yeah, so I'm gonna do my first strike here.
Alcott is going to learn to never do anything physical in combat again.
And I'm going to add nothing to this. I'm just going to take it as is.
Okay.
So it is +5, 21, plus an additional 2 for that. So 23 to the bonus here.
All right.
A 26.
That is still a hit.
Sweet.
Love it.
Awesome. And
Alcott got
I'm flanking, I would think, at this point, right? Or would you say no?
Wait, so
with Walmond.
no.
Okay.
It's
fine.
yeah, and I think flanking is a very different thing with a creature with 10 eyes.
Yeah.
You know, all these stocks pivoting there, you know, it's got no base. So I don't think that's going to apply. You'd have to be in an almost direct rearward position with all the attention facing forward.
No, totally fair. So we've got. Oh, here's a question for you. And if you don't want to tell me if you want to roll the dice behind,
Okay.
I get extra 2d6 against chaotic creatures because it's axiomatic.
Oh, it's definitely chaotic.
Okay, so I'm going to take that.
Pat, stop
and
being
that.
mean to me.
So 2d6 there, 46 there, 1d6 there, plus 11.
I believe in you.
Is it? No, it's plus more than plus 3 plus 14. Good rolls. 10, 20, 27 plus 14.
So 41. Wow.
41 on the first attack. We're going to do Vital Strike on the second one.
You slam your blade into the creature. Again, you see that dark amber ichor squirt out. It's warm as it comes down the surface of your hand.
And then coming back from the lunge and then coming in around, if one of its eye stalks tries to like wrap around the blade or something, coming in around and striking the opposite side.
Yeah, you pull the blade out. There's a pungent smell, very difficult to describe as this
want you to.
blood covers your arm, and your arm is starting to feel a bit warm. All right.
Vital Strike, so full value. Mini 17 plus, like I said, the 24. So that'll be another hit. Same dice rolls. Oh, and poison on the first attack. I imagine after the first one, it might have been wiped off the blade. The
Yes.
toxin.
Okay. Right.
I don't think it's effective against this guy.
Maybe
I'm
not.
just gonna-
I-
You don't know. I mean, it's.
I'm, just
I'm
making
not
a
telling
guess.
you.
I know.
Yeah. So,
Right.
but that effect would have happened. So second one. So it's 10,
And which one?
20.
And you're doubling
8.
your weapon dice,
Oh, okay.
which is just a single d6.
Okay.
Which I don't think you called which one. it was
No.
gonna do.
We'll say it's the one that's the
Great.
different color. So, yeah. So that's 28 plus 4 or plus 6. So 34 plus 14.
34 plus 14.
Wow.
40.
Wow.
And then the last one, I'm going to use the second mythic point out of my 5 daily
Okay.
to do surprise strike. So moving supernaturally quick, being given the boon from Iomade.
Right.
One to the side, one to the left, and then one more underneath, attempting to try and skewer the eye from the bottom.
The old 1,
we'll see if
2,
it
3.
works.
All right. Roll to hit.
9 plus 24.
That's a hit.
Great. And this one does get surprise strike, provided you feel like having 2 targets at once allows me to get in a surprising supernaturally quick.
Again, it's so hard to surprise something with 11 eyes.
No, sure. That's
but-
up to you. I'm just saying
let me just say. No surprise.
Okay, that's totally fine. This goes through all damage reduction.
Okay.
Not great.
I mean, listen, this is a lot of damage in one turn.
Yes, it is.
It is a lot of
we'll take
damage.
3 attacks, so there's 8, 11, 5 more there, so 16, 17, plus 14.
So 31. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Oh, dude.
Gouts of amber ichor spurting out of the creature now. It wobbles. You see some of the eye stalks are moving around almost frantically. It looks badly flagging, badly damaged. Who has not gone this round?
That's all
That's
of us.
it.
That's
Now
all
we
of us.
roll.
Now it's
you
initiative.
lost
Well, yeah. Cade,
So now
you're
it's
rolling
Cade.
initiative.
Now it's initiative.
at a +1 because you're cave.
Well, I had from last time a +2 to initiative that was gifted to me by the amazing Mad Chatters. Thank you all. So I will apply that to this roll.
We, I believe, have one as well.
Yes, we do.
So you're going to
you
use
wanna
it?
Use it?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a total of a 7.
We have a total of 9.
You have initiative.
Okay.
Huzzah.
Who goes first?
Me.
No, it's going to be Markov. You're in hand-to-hand melee combat.
All right, it's time. I've got one mission, and again, at this point, Markov, his forearms just covered in blood, looks like a monster, and it's been like more than a week of him not shaving, so he almost looks like a wolf or a fox even, as he's just like covered in blood, just attacking ceaselessly.
Right behind you, Alcott.
So the first attack, 19.
Natural 19.
Sadly, I don't have improved
have
crit,
improved critical.
but that's all right. So we'll roll all these dice again.
Okay.
It's Bane. There's no surprise or anything. Oh, outside the box.
Oh.
Think outside the box. I mean,
Tinkle outside the
it's
tinkle.
still a lot of
15,
dice.
23 plus 14,
23 plus 14.
37. Second attack at a lesser value.
Markov.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
plunge your blade into the back. As it rips up, you actually connect 2 of the wounds that were already there.
Ooh.
Tell me what it looks like.
Yes!
Oh.
Great. And this is in the back, you said. The almost playing connect the dots, as if each strike was trying to get prod the weak points, and then slicing down, like you said, connecting them. This thing, which is, it's big, it's kind of bulky and
Eyes.
gross. It tactically, the weight cannot support the 2 pieces of tissue being disconnected, so you see this piece of meat slough off and hang, and the thing's innards are kind of waving as it's struggling to maintain its position in the air, and I imagine it might fall over and part of its stalks falling into the magma.
Okay, well done. Now, great description, by the way. Bravo, sir.
Thank
Bravo.
you.
That was
Disgusting.
That
I
was
love
a
it.
ton of damage that you did in a very
Yes.
short period of time. As the beholder wobbles, its innards gushing out, and slumps over. What I'm going to have to ask you now to do is all be disciplined with our simultaneous action rule.
Great.
So if you were already going to attack the beholder, you would still be using
I mean,
your...
I'm stunned, but I can't give any commands
You're
to
stunned
Wallman.
anymore.
He's just gonna beat
Wallman
the
would still
thing.
be pummeling the beholder. Cade, you were already focused on the Scribbler and or whatever else you were doing.
Yes.
So you have your choice to do whatever you want.
Okay, what I want to do, I have unwitting ally, so I want to speak and message into the beholder and make him become my friend, or not beholder, the Scribbler,
Okay. Yeah,
the Scribbler, and say, "Hello, friend. How are you doing today?" And I want to make him my friend.
All right. What is the DC? Can you help with that, Alcott?
I can. The DC is 13.
Okay.
Probably gonna beat it.
So this,
no.
this is a
Roll a
difficult
one.
check.
Roll
It's
a
a,
one.
it's a, will- it's a will save. Yeah, of course. Yeah. All right. Well,
Or whatever.
he's got he's got a very nice plus on his will save.
No, come on. Let me
You feel like you place some hooks in his consciousness briefly, and then they're shaken off. So close, I did not roll well. So close. He shakes his
good
head
try.
and he lets out that cackling maniacal laugh.
I throw my dagger at him again, because I hate your laugh. I can't do that?
That's a spell,
you
right?
used to- yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a
if you-
spell.
Oh.
You
Says,
can't- yeah, it's not
standard
a
action.
Yeah, it's a full
there.
standard
Oh,
action.
so I
it's-
don't get anything else with that?
Well, you could
Welcome to my world.
Well, you could do 15 feet of movement. So I allow up to 15 feet of movement in addition
right
to
up
that.
on.
So if you want to approach him, if you want to
He's your friend.
if you want to run behind this, this is here. There's a huge chunk of rock.
Yeah.
There, you can do that. You can sort of take any sort of movement action that you would like.
Probably even get behind the obelisk.
Well, I'm wondering if that has anything I need.
Probably.
Yeah, but I wonder if we could figure that out after
Oh.
the bad guys are done. But no, Cade's gonna do what Cade's
I'm
gonna
going to go behind the rock.
do. Feels like a
All
very
right.
good thing.
Cade steps behind the giant chunk of stone, and now it is the Scribbler's turn.
Oh no. He's gonna scribble on you.
Oh no.
He's got
Good thing I ran behind the rock.
He's gonna go up to the wall.
His eyes focus on Alcott. He takes a step and instantaneously appears right behind Alcott.
He can teleport?
Nothing personal.
Oh, he moved? Crap.
You would know well enough to know this was not a teleportation. You could recognize it. You see a familiar weave of dimension door, which you also know in certain types of magics is also prohibited.
Yeah.
I didn't give you what the specific prohibition was in this room.
It's probably the ability to shift out the plane. I assume.
So he just takes a step, appears right behind you. Fools! What's your armor class now again?
It is currently 18.
Hit. That's a hit. No crits. A falchion, a wicked-looking falchion with what appear to be almost fangs on it. And in fact, I'll show you all a picture. I should have had this image up for our
think you did.
No.
Oh, is it not the same image?
No, not this one.
Oh,
So this is what it looks
That's
like.
pretty rough.
Oh no.
Here, I can show
It'll
it
be
quickly
fine.
here. It's
You can heal me.
It's this guy here.
I have healed my wounds.
And
It might just be a minor
Ah,
wound.
Daisy. It's probably gonna do like 5 damage, right?
as the blade, each time it strikes, you can feel these fangs. They actually cinch and scissor like they're biting. So it's not just a slashing out, it strikes and scissors. You feel the sense of unholiness as it chews, and you take
I'll just close my character sheet. I think I'm dead.
I don't think you're dead. I just think you're. He's not gonna kill.
All right,
you.
so-
Hurt you real bad.
Dude, I warned you
we'll
guys. This
see.
is
He's tough.
Listen, you
You-
couldn't expect me to stun myself.
No,
alright?
I could not have
Now,
anticipated that.
I'll be honest. Maybe.
Fumbles and crits turn the tables in these games all the time.
Yes.
You guys know that.
Oh yeah.
All right, so you take on the
Scared.
first one.
Well, I'm not, but
You take 17 points.
Okay.
On the second one, you take 14 points.
Okay.
On the third one, you only take 12 points.
Okay.
However, each blow you take 2 points of constitution damage. So you've just lost 6 points of constitution.
which lowers his health, right?
yes.
It's
It's not a spell-like effect.
Loss.
It's not a spell-like effect,
But
and it has
my
no
periactive wound
resistance.
closure specifically says, but he is still susceptible to damage from bleeding that causes constitution loss.
Yeah, and this is not even that. No, this is not bleeding constitution loss. This is that unholy effect. You can feel as this scissors down.
Is that it?
I mean, that you said -2 per.
Yes,
hit?
so that's a -6 to con.
I mean, yeah, that does me in, folks.
Like does in.
Like -21.
You just killed Alcott?
You have -21 con.
I'm not
hit
very
points.
constitute, and you just
Can I do
6
something?
points of con.
What can you do?
Oh, well.
Does that
Well-
I
reduce
can't
max or
undo
current
what
hit points?
I can't undo what just happened, huh?
No, that reduces current hit points and max hit points. It reduces both. The only thing that can be used at this point, you guys know the one balancing thing that we have,
you have
in
your
this
minor
gaming
fate
system.
chip.
If anyone has a fate chip and they wish to deploy it, this is your chance to do it. Otherwise, as this unholy blade scissors
negate
down,
con damage?
as the
still get
Scribbler
hit?
cackles,
You have the fate chip.
It's your choice.
it's your choice.
Okay,
No
hold
one
on.
would shame you if you kept it.
Of course.
I mean, that's
No.
Cade. That's Cade. Don't you think you deserve the fate chip?
You're just not.
I can't call out because I have call out. Could I undo what just happened and like call out him to a duel?
Well, you already cast your spell.
no.
That would have been.
Oh,
yeah.
I already did my stupid.
that's
oh,
right.
oops.
No.
Okay, all right, fate chip it is. So do I see what happens?
Yeah, you're seeing it.
Okay.
You're
And this,
across
this
the room.
is at my back too, right? So
yeah,
it's like
you're
cutting across my.
You're across the room, and
It's a shame. I was starting to like Alcott.
You're just
as
not dead.
as you peer behind the rock, you saw the Scribbler step into nothingness and then appear right behind Alcott. You saw this wicked-looking blade that he had in its hands. The teeth already sort of like gnashing as though about to
Gross.
take a meal. As you see the first blades, the first blow strike, blood spurts out of Alcott's back. He's also stunned. I mean, Alcott is in a bad way. You see the second blade come across, and so if you had only been hit by 2, what would you be at? So you lose 4 to your con.
We'll say we
and
negate
the damage.
highest damage one. So I would.
No, it
I
would be the third damage one, which was the 12.
Oh, I would still be. I would be fine then.
Fine.
So you did because we're talking about the third blow here. We're letting
The second blow is 14. Like
Correct.
if Kate sees the first one and then does something for the second blow is 14. So
no, he's
Can I
catching
yell
by
into
the
my
third.
sword?
He's catching by the third,
That's
which
fine.
was the 12.
I would be awake and conscious and not knocked out and absolutely not dead.
That's pretty exciting, though.
All right, so and that includes your -4 to Constitution, correct?
I'm 4 HP out of 38.
You took the first 2 blows.
Yep.
So you, as you see this, you rush with inhuman speed, still hasted, and you fling your dagger. You fling your dagger. It sails with unerring accuracy.
Huzzah!
Zips right past Alcott's ear and smacks the Scribbler's blade away just in time. It clatters against the wall. Somehow you knew you just saved Alcott from certain death. you lose your fate chip.
That's fine.
That leaves this party with none, right?
That leaves us with
Currently.
none.
All right, so for our new viewers, if our ecosystem here, because we have such deadly crits, such deadly fumbles, players can occasionally win what we call a fate chip. Fate chips are not accrued by experience. They're not given by viewers. They're given only by the DM in the rarest of circumstances. I believe in this campaign, I have given away 2 or 3 fate chips in 60 sessions in 180 hours of gaming. They are very rare, very important, and they are used precisely for fate-changing situations like this. And huzzah, Cade, well played.
Well played.
All right, now it's initiative.
Give you a +1.
Yeah, you got your +1. You're still rolling.
Because
Okay.
that might have saved him temporarily.
Oh crap! 3. Roll low.
This is really important. I'm going to roll it out here for you. This is a super important roll especially for Alcott.
Dang it!
It
What'd I
was
roll?
a 4.
It's a 4?
Yeah.
All right.
Am I still stunned?
Yes.
All right.
I'm going to let Alcott. I don't normally give these helps, but I don't want to just immediately miss the benefit of the fate chip. And
Yeah.
you're a super, super intelligent guy.
Yes.
All right. So roll d20 and add your intelligence bonus,
I'm gonna
please.
use an advantage. My intelligence bonus, you say?
Smart guy.
Rather intelligent.
See, never say John isn't merciful and fair.
21. And if that is not considered a success, I'm going to use my power because I don't.
No, you, as you feel this blade, its unholy power just ripping through your flesh, chunks of it coming out, knowing your head is still swimming from where you foolishly struck your head on that rock, and knowing there is no one in approachable distance, you realize the only wise thing to do would be to fall to the ground as dead. You can do that even while
yeah.
stunned.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood coming out of my back. I'm just going to fall to the ground.
Possum.
I probably don't even need to try to do that. That probably just happens.
A good DM never misses the chance, though, to point out to a player that he missed an obvious thing to do.
Well, I was stunned. Like, I don't know how much control I have.
Yeah,
over my...
stunned, just basically means you can't strike.
But he
you
was
can't-
hitting me from the
you're-
back,
Yeah, you're
so-
not paralyzed, right? You have the ability to like fall forward, stumble, do basic dumb
Alcott
stuff.
does that.
Okay.
I'm within walking distance.
Yeah, you are. All right. So Markov, what are you doing?
What am I doing?
Well, it's your turn.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I had already
can
run
tell you what I'm
forward with my fate chip, so I'm closer.
No, you
No,
just
you just
just
threw
took
the
a
dagger.
step out. You just took a step out. I gave you a lot to do
did.
last round.
The only argument I would make is that hearing the clatter and Markov being a serially perceptive person may not be caught completely unawares that there's stuff going on behind him. But you know,
Well, no. I mean, look. Not only that. You
I probably
could,
screamed
You could hear the repping of flesh, and being stunned does not stop him from screaming.
You got an
You heard blood-curdling cries
Yeah.
from Alcott.
so that's really my only argument against maybe being like stabbed in the back, like some people.
Sorry. Okay. So, the Scribbler, vastly underestimated by the party in this combat.
I thought the beholder. I didn't know the beholder was the pet. It's the. It's like he's got a pet T-Rex.
Oh, well.
That is very true. He looks directly at Markov,
Oh, did you, Chris?
and Markov.
Look,
Yeah.
Pat predicted Alcott's death. He did that before.
Well done, Pat.
Extraordinaire.
Pat, we didn't know that Pat also had the capability of drawing voodoo dolls,
Foresight,
but apparently
yeah.
that's what he did.
Turns out he's an oracle.
Fun.
Fun.
He's looking at me.
He leaps forward, falchion in air, also moving with a supernatural speed. And you turn just in time, so you're not flanked. You heard the cries of Alcott. and the blade comes down thrice. What is your armor class, please?
It currently is 29.
29. Very
And-
nice.
Love a good cheat.
And the only thing that I have to say, although he's hitting me with the sword, is that protection from evil prohibits bodily contact. I think there's a save that he can make, but then again, a falchion isn't necessarily.
No, that's not bodily contact. Yeah,
so,
that's for
okay.
like laying, putting hands
Yeah.
on you.
Okay, so yeah, it's 29.
No.
29. Okay. All right. And
So a little tougher.
A little? 29 is really good.
almost a crit. First blow bites in, strikes your shoulder, cuts straight through your pauldron. You feel the same thing, the scissoring of the gnawing teeth on the edge of this blade, the unholy aura, particularly for you, a follower of Iomade. It's a defilement of your very body as this thing gnaws at your flesh. And from this you take, ouch, 19 points of damage.
An ouch is correct, yes, sir.
And then
The second blow.
con damage.
Yeah, so
We'll get
each
to
one
that
is
in a
going to be
minute.
Well, you should do it
two points of con. The second blow, pure adrenaline and fear from that first blow. You barely dodge out of the way. The third blow, that is a hit.
Okay,
You take
it happens.
it happens.
It happens.
You take 16 points of damage from that blow, and the same 2 points of Constitution. And I didn't do this for you because you were already stunned, but I now need you to make a DC 15 will save.
Oh, that's
Easy.
That's anything. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna finish
It's
that
difficult.
Statement. It should be easy.
It should be easy. We shall see.
In fact, I don't even have to put a +1s because as long as I don't roll a certain
one.
number. Don't say
A
that.
2?
Yeah,
A 7.
I'm good. I'm fine.
You
We're
rolled a
set.
7.
We're good. Yeah, we're set.
Okay.
We're good.
But you have to do that twice. It's for
Twice.
each roll.
Okay. Oh, outside the box.
It's a stun effect when you're
Yeah.
already stunned.
Oh, we're good. It's two.
Okay.
again,
Totally
twice.
fair.
My will is I am my mind is a bastion.
Yeah?
Yes. Okay. All right. I knew. We knew that there'd be danger.
All right, you take those blows, and you hear again his laughter. The residue and the pain, the unholy taint on your body persists. Your attack.
Also, I have bleeding wound. I don't know what that does.
Bleeding wound? What do you mean?
So if then,
And I stuck him.
Stuck him.
oh no, you didn't stick. Oh yes, you did stick the Scribbler. Yes. So he takes bleeding damage.
Oh.
Additional rounds.
Okay. Well,
Are you doing that?
That's very good.
I don't have any tricks. I can
wasn't,
just
but I
do
am
more
now.
damage than him. So we're gonna try that.
Well, let's hope it works.
Yeah, and if any remaining venom is on the blade, that might help. The first attack, we'll see here. A 12 plus 24.
Gross.
That's
a hit.
Great. I'm not tough, but I can deal some. That's a lot of damage. So 4 there. Axiomatic, and that's what I got. Because he's no way surprised.
Okay.
Yeah, he knows this is coming.
There's 10, 23 plus 12.
23 plus 12.
This eye is
35. 35. Second attack. I will use a.
As you strike him, you see chunks of stone coming off of his body
this again.
as each of these strike. And you realize you did not penetrate for any full damage, but you've seen this spell before.
Yeah, I know.
He had
he's
stone
just tough.
skin.
Yeah.
And it just chunks off of his body. 35 points, you said?
Yep, 35. I'll use a +2 on this next one. Yep, that's what I'll do. So we're at a +3. I said. Yes.
We could do a flanking foil dueling cape deed together.
Yes.
We're gonna work on that one.
Oh.
Next turn, you're going to be able to do that
Okay.
because he's already up on him. There's no
I-
way you're going to get there first.
Don't worry. I'm gonna leave
I
you an
can
opening.
fly.
I'm gonna leave you an opening. All right,
He said,
second
"I can
attack.
cry."
18 plus 17, another hit. Same.
We just, 35, yeah.
Yeah, I assume so, John.
Yes.
Another hit, another box of dice. We've got decent rolls, 12, 19, 20, 21 plus 12, so 33. And then I will use another instance of my mythic power to do a third surprise strike, moving supernaturally quick, meeting his milky eyes with my reflective.
Wolf-like
Yes.
eyes.
You hear it. I won't do it again because I've done it enough today, and you guys are probably sick of it. But he continues.
I'll do it.
He continues to cackle. He's also muttering things at you. You hear him whispering, "The mother will see you soon. The mother will see you soon."
Great. So that's 28.
That's a hit.
Great. Another bucket of dice. That's pretty good. 12, 16. That's 6, 22, 25 plus 12.
37.
37. Another 37 points.
Wow, 37, 33. With that final blow, you see a cascading shatter of stone comes off of his body, and his flesh looks more natural now to you. We're going to go to Cade.
With my movement, all I want to do is take a 5-foot step back to not do an attack
of opportunity.
And basically kind of just momentarily looking back towards Cade.
Okay.
I take a leap. I leap up with me sword, and it has poison on it.
Wait. So as you step back, you feel a squelching ichor of the beholder. You step on one of the eye stalks, it spurts out.
I fly back to where he is with me sword in me hand.
So you're going to basically take the spot that I was at as
I'm
going
gonna
to
come down on top of him.
Great.
Wait, you're going to come down on top of him?
With my dagger, with my rapier like
Through
this.
the head.
I'm gonna try.
Cade,
You
all
know,
right.
it could just be the end of me. I'll take any channel points necessary to revive me. Thank you.
By the way, thank you for the compliment, Mike Disney, and thank you for everybody that has given all the nice comments in chat.
I'm doing what I
Also,
can.
should know much better than to ask a serious question to the Mad Chatters. I asked them which of the various cam views they liked, or they like the variety of cams. I got answers like, I prefer the OnlyFans cam, where each of the players pose as they wish. I got one that said,
The one with John's face.
or cam 4, the Dino cam. That's what you
We have
get
the
with the
best
Mad
community.
Chatters. Yes, we do. All right, so let's go back where we can see this
I'm going to
clearly.
turn that into a bit.
Cade,
Yeah?
you come leaping down. Whoops, can you pick that up for me?
Yeah,
there?
absolutely.
You come
I fly.
as flying Cade, coming right down atop the Scribbler, and this is going to be a similar situation. So these sorts of full-speed flying attacks, especially one like that where you're trying to come up and then come straight down.
We're just trying to bring Irda into the...
I have flourishy flourish. I have deadly strike. All of that.
All right, I need you to describe the narrative for me of what you're doing, and then roll a flight check too. So roll the flight check
Oh,
first.
dang it.
Just roll
I forgot about
just roll d20. You know, this flying
10.
thing is pretty new for you.
You can add a d6
Okay.
to it if you want.
Oh, 16. Oh!
All right, now explain to me exactly what you're doing.
Okay, so I've seen what just happened to Alcott. Fallen down. I don't know he's not dead. So, but I take a swig of rum before I leap because it gives me extra powers. I go to fly and I take my rapier with, still got poison on it, so I know that. And I leap up in the air and I want to come down on top of him. And I fly through the air.
All right, you're only taking a -1 on this roll.
Love it.
Roll to hit.
Where's my blue one? Oh,
It's right there.
you'll
A lot of
choose
D20.
carefully.
I'm trying
You're
to
going to use an
preserve
advantage?
Yes.
Mark off an advantage.
Markov advantage.
Markov.
All right, here we go, folks. Wish me luck. I take a swig of rum. Rum for Alcott. Oh crap, that's
You're
a
fine.
terrible roll.
It's fine. The blue one rolls well.
It was better. It's 17
But-
plus lots.
Stop.
It's 17 plus
You have a
lots.
very high modifier.
17. Oh, it's a hit.
7.
Oh, it's a 7. Oh, okay. 7 plus total to hit. You're
I believe it's plus 18 on your rapier.
25, 23. So close.
No. Do I have anything?
So you can do the
Mythic
Plus
power.
this. Don't I have something?
You do. You have 5 per day. You've only used 2. Or actually, you've only used 1.
No, she's used 2.
6.
She's used 2, so now you've used 3.
All right. You're getting used to this. This is a fairly new ability for you. As you kind of spin through the air, at the last minute, you adjust course. You come down with the blade. You're not going to catch him in the top of the head. It's not a critical hit. But you do manage to strike him, drive it down into his shoulder. Roll damage.
You're telling me Kate doesn't instantly kill the enemy? Why not? That sounds like fun. It's your D8, not.
Wait, oh, that's the wrong one.
That one.
You land right next to Alcott's bleeding body.
Plus 11.
17.
Plus dexterity.
Oh, plus dexterity. What's my dex?
And then you have it's a plus 2 weapon. So 17, 19 plus your dexterity modifier.
Gosh, dang it. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay.
While she's looking that up,
3.
we have 2 giveaways today, so don't leave us. We're going to do one of these BlueBoxRPG mugs.
24!
Okay, hold on.
You scared him.
BlueBoxRPG mugs are tumblers, I guess you call them.
Yes, tumblers.
Tumblers, super cool. And then I've got another one I'll show you in a second, but I don't want to disrupt the combat. So 24?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. You drive through. You feel it it drives deep into the muscle of his shoulder as you're landing. Your blade kind of twerks out, pops a bit of muscle off the top of the shoulder.
Ew.
Do I get another attack?
No. With that kind of a motion, you get that 1 attack. You land right next to Alcott's prone body. Now, Alcott, I need you to make a Constitution check.
Well, my entire brain is telling Wallman to walk over and attack this boy, so that's what he's gonna do.
Yeah. All right.
I'll roll those 2 hits really quick.
Probably more so. Protect me.
Yeah. 27 is the low one.
Man, that thing hits hard.
That hits.
Great.
I thought we were gonna get really rocked, and we are getting hurt. I'm just surprised at our damage output.
Well, you had a couple things that occurred there. Hey, Ranreb, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for how generous you've been today, as always.
We did get. I almost died.
Pat said he gave me a +2 earlier.
Oh, that's right. You did. You did
we
have
gave that.
one.
Oh,
Yeah,
we got that, Pat.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, that's on me. I totally forgot the part where you died.
I did die.
And due to fate.
Fate chip,
Fate
yes.
alone.
31 damage.
Wow. All right. Boom, boom. 2 mighty hammering blows from the stone thews of Walmond.
Now you said I'm rolling against my con?
Yes.
Ah,
So
it's
you
a good thing that you removed a lot of it.
Yeah, so you have to roll above your con.
Above or below?
You have to roll, I'm sorry, below your con, yes.
Yeah,
right,
so
below
it's
your con. yeah.
exponentially more difficult now that
Yes,
you've done
right,
what you've
yeah.
done. I really want to wake up.
That's not what you're rolling for.
Oh.
You're bleeding.
Oh, I really want to not be bleeding. Oh, wait, I'm not bleeding.
You're not bleeding?
I'm not bleeding. Periactive wound closure. I cannot.
There you go. All right, then you don't have to make that roll.
Okay, great. Woo!
And you're already, this is round 2 now.
Yeah,
so
so
you're,
next
yeah, so,
round I
right,
won't be stunned
That's
anymore.
right, that's correct. All right.
But it's initiative.
It is initiative.
And it is on you.
Yep, I got my +1.
DM has a 3.
I have a 6.
You have initiative. Let's start with you, Cade, as you land. You are behind the Scribbler now as he's trying to ward off the pummeling blows of Walmond.
I take my rapier and I stab him again.
Roll to hit.
Stab him again.
Stab him again.
Plus
I'm gonna give this one another chance.
Plus 18.
Mark off the advantage.
Oh, I don't have
You-
an advantage.
you don't have an
I don't
advantage.
have
You're
it
fine.
anymore.
Cade's
I don't
all
have
out.
it
Really
anymore.
high modifier.
Okay.
Dang it.
I would
Dang it. What is wrong with this?
It's bouncing.
Oh!
that is a hit. That
That's
is a
a
hit.
hit. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I have 3 more. Okay.
You do have 3 more because you're hasted. That's right.
Oh!
Flanked.
Hit!
That's a hit. He's because you're flanking.
Vital strike.
On your
You
third.
did on your third one. Mm-hmm.
So full modifier plus 18. Come on. 30.
That's
Huzzah!
a hit.
And then your last one at full modifier with haste.
I'm due for take a swig of rum. Nah, but I hit.
You hit 4 times.
Wow.
All right, roll your damage, Cade.
So that's 4d8.
7.
Okay.
Plus.
I'll add all the stuff for
Okay,
you.
thank you. Ah! Poop!
1.
1.
Okay.
7, 8.
I just lost that dice. That must be a sign.
The dice wasn't working.
Alcott, did you already see you got that one?
No, I did not. Did I get
You
some?
got one from a second one. You got one from
7.
Renreb.
Okay, one more.
Oh, Kate, you got another advantage earlier. Did you see that?
Well, that would have come in handy, but I didn't.
That's
need
fine.
it.
You didn't need it. Believe in yourself.
No, I
Ethan.
did not.
If you want to
Oh, another 7!
if you want to re-roll,
I don't need to reroll anything. I hit you.
let me finish. If you want to add one more roll to see if you would have critted on any of those
No.
attacks, you can do
That's
that. Okay. Thank you, Renreb. Thank you so much, everyone.
70!
70 points of damage.
You got that right, buddy.
Did you find it? You had a dice.
Yeah, no, it fell.
No, we'll find it later.
Okay, describe it for me.
I
You stole my
see.
pencil, by the way.
I see what this scribbler has been driving me.
I need to turn that into a clip.
Okay. I think our audio is back. It is. Kate, continue.
The scribbler has been
Yells
driving
really
me bonkers. And I see him as I think he has killed my friend Alcott. And I am beyond raging. I take me rapier, and I told the scribbler I was gonna scribble him.
You
So,
did.
No, you said you were going to erase him.
Well,
I think a bit of both.
but at one point I did say I was gonna scribble all over him. So, but I'm gonna erase him by scribbling all over him. So,
It's Cade logic.
I-
I can't argue with it.
Are you not entertained?
I take me rapier. Actually, this is what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Please tell us.
Oh, but I already did it with my rapier, but it's gonna be much more fun this way. I take 2 daggers. As I see the one rapier killed him, or is killing him, I take 2 rapier, and I just start slicing them all up and scribble all over him.
I love it.
All right.
I love it.
And precisely as you say, so you do. Let's give a round of applause to both Markov and Cade. Absolutely fantastic
Absolutely
combat
not to
effort
Alcott,
today.
'cause I was
No, sorry,
useless.
Alcott.
It's my fault.
Bonk.
I didn't have to throw a dagger. I was perfectly okay with not doing anything that round.
No, you said, I know what'll happen. I'll miss.
I missed.
You did.
I
You
missed
did.
real bad.
Would you grab one of those terrain crate pieces from back behind there?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I'm going to show everybody what the giveaway is in a moment. We're not done yet, though. Don't leave.
Probably the most in-character thing I've ever done is Alcott. Was that. If I'm being honest.
I'm right in the way of that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Hey, this is we do it as it happens here live on Blue Box.
We do it live.
So we're not done yet. We've got some more to go, but I wanted to show everybody what the giveaway is today as well. So. You also, in addition to the Blue Box tumbler that I've already shown, we have this Gothic Grounds terrain crate piece from the makers of Terrain Crate Mantic Games. And whoops, wrong camera. This guy is the one we want.
How spooky.
And I think he is gone to sleep. Gone to sleep? Yes, he's gone to sleep. So we go to the other one, and I'll just do it this way. Nope, that's okay. Both those cameras. Oh, I know, because when we got our microphones cated.
We can just hold it up to that camera.
No, I'll just reactivate it. This just takes a second.
All right.
Thank you for
That's
your
your
patience, audience.
Technical. Oh, the light just went off.
There we
back
go.
on. Hey.
All right. So, this guy, Gothic Grounds. This is a 10-piece set from our friends at
trees.
Mantic Games. Terrain crate stuff here. You can see.
They have faces
and
on them.
this will be, they have faces on here. I'll put on the back. You can see all the different pieces here. Super cool. We're going to give this away today. We've increased the giveaway to 2 here today because of all the support from the community and also from all the fantastic raids that we got. Now, back to the game. Party. The dripping of blood and ichor and guts, the gurgling sounds, the moaning of Alcott, and then the slow grind of Walmond as he walks.
I can heal Alcott.
Am I bleeding?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Then I'll stagger to my knees as I clutch my chest. And I imagine there's an immediate check to make.
Yes.
Okay.
Lower than your con score.
Lower than my con score. I save my advantages for my saving throws, not my attacks.
Wise man.
Yeah, so we are at 10 minus 4. So 2 chances out of 6. Wow.
No, that is with the minus 4. Your base is 14.
Oh, shoot. Wow, I'm really awesome. Yep, I'm great on both. A 1 and a 2.
Okay. So you're all good then.
So not bleeding that round or not bleeding?
Not bleeding, period.
Okay.
No, the bleeding is staunched.
And then I'll begin the process of wrapping the wound with gauze that's in my bag.
Kate, I would appreciate some healing if you had it.
I heal Alcott, because I can do that. How do I do that?
Which of your healing spells are you using?
The one that he
That
has.
I only have one!
Yeah, I think it's cure lesser
Yep.
wound.
A D8 plus 2.
A D8 plus 2. We're gonna use that. Where's my D8? Here we go. Work again.
Wait, and for the first time on behalf of Cade, I've got it ready.
Because I'm the pirate party healer.
Pirate party.
It's just a loud huzzah.
8.
For the first time, you feel the healing power of Caden Killian. And
8, not 12. I don't know.
there is a subtle aftertaste of alcohol and just a touch of a brief sense of intoxication that passes immediately.
Interesting.
Is it like having alcohol poured over a wound?
It stings for a second and
okay.
then I get better.
Yeah, well done, sir. Well done. Yes, I should have thought of that. Also, it stings a bit in all the wounds.
Ooh, can you help me to my feet?
I help him to his feet. It's good to see you're alive, friend.
Yes, it appears that you did very good. Thank you.
I did, didn't I? Thank you.
I see it. We should look around if there's anything coming. We made a lot of noise.
I cast my gaze across the room as I continue to idly wrap my is it with shoulder? That was
Yeah,
hit? Yeah, my shoulder where I was hit.
Your pauldron on that side is split in twain.
Yep. It's the way it goes sometimes.
No effect on armor class, but
effect on looks.
should a blow that hit that same location, there would be additional damage.
Okay. Do I see anything else in the room other than this lake of lava beyond the cavern?
No, you see the body of the Scribbler, you see the body of the Beholder, you see the bubbling lava, like a glowing cauldron, as far as you can see, as far on the horizon as the eye can see.
You did he got a full heal from Seacars.
Oh, he did?
Chris.
Oh, okay.
I'll take one of those feathers, and I'll try and because I guess we haven't used them.
You can
right?
tickle yourself with it.
I will clutch it to my chest and think of Irda and grip it tight. Seeing if it has any latent healing divine magics in it.
What do those feathers do? We don't know.
See.
I don't know.
I mean, there's no way.
How many feathers do you have on you?
I would have grabbed 5.
You have 5 feathers.
Well, if you said there were 19, then I grabbed all of them.
So he has none?
No, I would have. He could have
the
grabbed
rest.
5. I would have grabbed
You
the
have
rest.
14.
I was
got
too
'em-
busy doing
I
other
got them in
stuff.
my pockets.
Okay. All right. You're down how many? So you have how many hit points?
I'm at 12 out of 38, but my con is down by 4. So
Okay. So
I'm down by 26 hit points off my max.
after his healer, right?
Yes.
All right. You don't have to do anything as that stinging is still going. The healing power of Caden Killian, you feel it, and there's a rustling. You look down, motes of 3 feathers vanish,
Okay.
and all of your wounds are healed.
Does that include the Constitution damage?
Yes, all of it healed.
Oh, sweet. Love that.
Cade, you think you did it. You think your first heal, you just completely healed Alcott of all of his wounds.
You touch me on the back and the wounds just zip.
I am so powerful! This Caden Killian! And I just take a big swig of rum. Alcott! Did you know how powerful I could become?
You saved my life, Kate. You're very powerful.
I mean, I'm flicking daggers! I'm slicing scribblers! I'm flying
You're basically Irda now.
I am.
I'm ignoring that.
I also imagine that I knew that was the feathers.
Oh, you
Irda
know,
that
yeah,
did
you
that.
know.
So I'll grip into my bag and look up and sort of give a nod of thanks up to the sky.
I still feel like there's this evil gunk on me from the residual presence of
You do
Lamashtu.
indeed, yes.
I will, after I finish wrapping my shoulder, I'll hold my hand to my chest and whisper, shake from me the ilk of the mother of monsters, for the true mother of the heavens is the one that is above all. And I'll try and I'll do remove curse in an attempt to, if this is a curse, remove it. If not,
Okay.
Then we'll know.
yeah, then we'll know.
You feel the taint vanish completely from your body.
Markov, do you think we can get anything useful off of the body of that thing?
Yes, stand back. I'm gonna grab your dagger off the ground as I look to my left, and then. Sorry, there's just a lot of
Wind.
feelings right now. I feel as though I've been washed clean of the sin of this place. And I'll grab the dagger. I know it seems like part of this body is totally desiccated and potentially partially in the active process of burning. Am I able to get a hold of any of the stalks? The eye stalks?
Yes, absolutely. In fact,
Not looking at the eyes, very
Sure,
intentionally
sure,
pointing
sure.
them down.
do a make a survival roll, please.
Yeah, for sure. You can tell what I'm about to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, survival, one of the skills I have. Yep. Plus 14, that's a 22.
All right. You recover 4 of the stalks. You're able to cut them off.
Wonderful. I hold them limply in my hand, swing. We'll want to cover these. They likely have residual magic energy. Each of them is separate from the focus, if I remember correctly.
I'll actually open up my bag of holding.
I'll drop them as they fall loose. One of them gets caught on the edge. You have to.
I mage handed in. I'm not
Yeah.
touching it.
As for the main eye, it's far too big.
And I check him.
All right.
Perhaps a rather
You see that that falchion, that wicked-looking blade. The teeth themselves are still moving, but more slowly now. They just almost like just a.
It looks scary.
Yeah.
You
Evilly.
see now that you're closer, you see what looked like a pendant around his neck is not a pendant at all. It's actually a beautiful vermilion feather on a chain that has almost like a peacock-like piece to the quill.
I'm
at
all
top.
about that.
That looks like something. Never mind. I'm not gonna say. I'm too busy cutting eye stalks off. I can't. I'm not gonna say anything about any of this.
You see he's got bandages
Alcott
to
is
cover
walking
his
with
body.
Cade to look at the body as well.
Ambient sound is loud, they said.
Okay, I turned it down. Is it still loud? I'll turn it down some more. This particular effect, it does tend to be a bit loud, so I apologize. Thank you, by the way. I love it when the viewers tell me that. Never feel like you're interrupting me. We got so many like different little pieces that we add here from a tech component that we sometimes get the balance off, and it's only you that can help us.
As
Should we
Alcott,
burn the sword? Oh, I take the necklace.
As Alcott walks up behind you,
Oh.
he notes you looking at it and says, Cade, before you touch anything,
Oh, yes.
curses are entirely possible upon any of these
Oh, but
objects.
it's such a pretty necklace.
Of course, allow me to check it first.
Oh, smart. I'm glad I saved your life.
Wait, also, I wasn't done.
Oh.
He does have what looks like a pretty nice but ancient-looking breastplate, and he has a dagger on his hip that is ornately filigreed on the blade.
The dagger's very pretty.
I know what my next 6 hours are going to be spent doing.
Oh, so pretty. Check the dagger. Check it all.
Not here.
Oh, I need to touch it.
One last thing, I'm not done. You notice the cloak he's wearing is
All for me.
is finer than, like, while his garments looked threadbare and worn, the cloak itself is a beautiful sort of chestnut brown, neatly woven and undamaged.
I'm going to, using detect magic, of course. Is there any way, without knowing the exact obvious details of, like, this deals 2d8 extra damage
Sure,
or whatever?
sure.
Can I get a feeling for maybe what some of these things are or do or may?
Just looking at them with your detect magic on, you sense enormous power from this quill, and in fact, make a spellcraft check.
Okay, I'm going to. Oh, do I want to use mythic power to make it a natural 20?
Oh.
We are done fighting.
Oh wait, I
Go
don't.
for
I don't
it.
actually think that. Oh no, I could. Well, we're done fighting. That's as far as you know. You know what? I'm going to do it.
All right.
I'm going to roll a natural 20 plus my spellcraft modifier of 25 for a 45 total.
You immediately recognize this as an artifact.
Okay.
For me?
You know, not a major artifact, but a minor artifact, and you can tell that it has some sort of an incredibly strong divination magic to it.
Okay.
And you sense something planar about it.
Okay. I don't know if I have identify prepared today. I do.
want-
I'm going to specifically identify the quill. I'm going to take time to identify that because if.
So you're going to stop and take the full.
Well, okay. Let's actually, yes. Why don't we discuss some stuff first? I will.
If I see you getting out that giant bowl,
Exactly.
It's not a bowl.
Yes.
It's a wine glass. But anyway, I will actually. I'm going to look behind me, back toward the way we came in. Do I see the gate or the doorway back anymore?
No, it's just sitting there as it was.
So we can get back through.
It looks, I mean, as far as you can tell.
As far as we can tell. Okay, good.
So, Alcott, can I take it all?
Let's be careful with how we handle these things.
I'll stand up from the monster at this point, overhearing this. I say, I think we take none of it if we can help it.
These items could prove useful. I'm not going to pass up any of it.
Why would we leave it here? A perfectly good cloak. Look at the dagger. I don't. I bet it's a flying dagger.
Kate.
How about this?
And, Cade, you picked up the dagger, right?
Oh, I don't know. I've been asking him to.
Well, you pointed at your. I mean, I'm not like
No.
you picked up the dagger, didn't you? I'm just
No.
like, okay,
no,
you didn't. Okay.
No, you just told me about it, and I'm like, oh, it's so pretty.
Kate, I am
so
with you on
pretty.
taking these things. I believe that they can be an asset to us, but I want you to be safe and us alive.
Can I touch it?
That I don't know.
Ha.
Curses can be applied upon touch.
Well, you also told me what not to do when we walked in this room, and I did not listen. And look, I say I healed him fully. I killed the slicer. I sliced the scribbler.
What
Kate,
about
how
this?
about
A compromise.
What's the compromise?
I see several items here. We can all
For me.
Well, I feel like we all did quite a lot, so we can all decide what happens to each piece. I'll go first.
I want the dagger.
Fine. I choose the sword. It goes in the lava.
Yeah, well, I don't want the sword. It scares me.
I'm
You
honestly
shouldn't
all right
take
with
the
that,
sword.
too.
I just want the pretty dagger, because it's,
No matter what we decide, Walmond can carry them out of here. And then we can get them to the church in Sandpoint, and we can better define curses or not there.
Speaking of Wallman carrying things, have him move the beholder into the magma pool.
Yeah,
further.
I mean, I was already thinking that.
Before you do it, though, I want to collect a few of the teeth
All right.
from it, not looking at kind of askance of the eye. And then, secondly, take that cutlass of yours and behead this man.
Why?
why don't I?
Oh, you do it immediately.
as Alcott's inquiring why, Cade just straight through the neck. Cade,
And I throw it in the fire.
it's not easy.
No.
Oh!
No.
It's not easy to
Never
chop
mind.
a full-grown man's neck, right through. Executioners have failed in the attempt with large axes, but Cade has done this a few times. He's quite experienced. Angles the blade just right. Yeah, you've caught a couple heads
Oh,
off.
yeah.
2 reasons. The first is that the city needs to know that one of its villains is dealt with affirmatively.
Okay.
The second is that I am sure you're aware of resurrection. The idea of
Also
bringing
fair.
something back. It makes it much more difficult when the whole body is not intact.
Okay, so I take everything. Well, how are we taking everything off his body if I can't touch it?
You
We
can
don't
his
touch
head.
it.
Walmond will do the rest.
I'll
Can we throw
stoop
his
down.
body into the fire? I say we throw his body in the
I agree. I'm gonna stoop down again to get the teeth out, a handful of them. Do you want me to make another roll, or is it fair to say I can get?
No, that's fine.
Yeah, collection. Okay. And pulling the teeth, I'm done with him.
Yeah. As Alcott notices you getting done with it, he's actually going to spend some time walking over to this obelisk, and
Okay.
then sort of in the back of his head, he'll command Wallman to just grip it by a couple of the stalks, and as far as he can throw it into the pool of magma, just hucks it.
Okay, Wallman
What are we
lumbers
doing
over,
with
We're
picks
about to see.
picks the creature up by the remaining stalks that, our eyes are already burned out, pulls out the husk, still entrails dripping out of the giant hole connected and carved by Markov, and chucks it into the lava. Flame comes up, and it burns, and then slowly gurgles down inside the lava.
Alcott is going to take some time.
We
looking at these
erased
runes
the Scribbler.
Yes, that's next. Yes.
and trying to determine some information from them if he can.
From which items?
The obelisk.
Oh, okay. You
touch
walk
the
up to the obelisk. All right.
What happened to
as
not
you,
touching it?
As you walk up to the obelisk, you notice something that was missed in the heat of combat. There's a body laying on the ground behind the obelisk.
Okay.
It's just another Scribbler.
Scribbler 2.0.
There's a whole
Actually, you can tell just at a glance.
bunch. Oh, is it a
One of
card?
the guards.
It's a Sandpoint guard.
Does it look like something ritualistic was done to him?
You see, there's his breastplate is opened, his chest has been sliced, his ribs cracked, and his heart has been removed.
I don't see the heart anywhere. I'll look around the obelisk for blood stains. If I can see a spot that was maybe touched often by blood.
Yeah, you don't need to make a roll. You can see that in fact there are blood stains, some dried, some fresh.
The ones that are more fresh, I'm going to read kind of the runes around it, see if I can make sense out of what might be done here.
As you look at it, it looks more like not specific runes that were touched, but like a smearing across the runes. I'm going to have you make a knowledge arcana check.
I'm into that.
And I'm going to add a bonus for you on the back end because of your extensive studies of Thessalonica. Or not Thessalonia, not Thessalonica. Sorry, I'm making this biblical.
15. I have a 19 modifier. So,
Pretty good.
You know, it's pretty obvious to you. You connect the dots.
okay.
This was somehow connected with the rune wells,
Okay.
the rune forges, and was being used to transmit that energy that you saw through the sky, and that there were sacrifices both with the Sihedron rune and natural human sacrifices being applied here to do whatever is being done in this
In the
rule.
greater picture, yeah. And do I get the understanding that is this still happening? Is this device active?
You can see it's warm. It's slightly glowing. It looks active, but
Is it radiating
it's
magic?
I mean, you feel the sense of Thessalonian power, but you would determine it to be in a state of not dormancy, but
Not active use.
sort of low
Standby.
energy. Yeah, standby mode, if you will.
This obelisk was used for a great many sacrifices. We've come across a number of sins being done here. They may have the power they need to do whatever they need to do, but we know where we need to go. And we've taken a chess piece off the board.
We have. Yes. I wonder if it's possible at all to destroy this with woman's strength.
We could try. I would like that.
Some things I think need to be attended to. The guard needs to be brought to the surface. He deserves to have a consecrated burial.
Yes.
The body of the Scribbler should be destroyed as well. And the sword, if that is the only say I may have in this, should be destroyed in the magma. thrown into the fires.
I don't want it.
Great. I'm happy that our goals can align.
Aye, you can have your say today.
And I would advise you to not hold the dagger until Alcott has been able to identify any potential properties.
In fact, why don't we do it like this? And Alcott will take some mercury in his hands and splay his fingers out, and he's going to cast Floating Disc, Involuto Orbis, and I will make this big old disc. We can put anything we want to take out of here on there. It'll make it easier.
Huzzah.
I'll, if nobody else wants it,
His disc appears, floats, hovering above the ground.
I'll take the. I imagine that you beheaded the guy, but you didn't pick up the loose head. I'll grab a small sack from my bag, and place it over the head and scoop it up.
Oh, how perfect.
Okay. So you scoop it up.
Yeah, I just scoop up the bag and tie it to bring it out.
Okay.
And Alcott will have Walmond walk over to this obelisk and try and start pummeling it.
And was there anything done with the blade, or?
Oh, the blade. I would. If we're gonna do that before the obelisk, I'd like Walmond to basically kick it or
pick it up and
chuck it in the magma.
Chuck it into the magma as well.
All right. As Wallman picks it up, as though, imagine a creature of prey that's been caught, sentient, understanding that ill is intended, those teeth begin rapidly snapping. Wallman hurls it. It goes end over end. As it hits the flame, a huge burst of fire goes up, bathing the room in red light. The flame, the furnace columns up and then comes back down.
And that, Kate, is why we don't touch things we don't know what they do.
Hey.
I suppose it's evil that it takes to destroy evil sometimes.
I guess.
Its own forge.
Glad I listened.
So then you have Wallman
And
go
then
over
Wallman
to
will
the obelisk.
Walk over to the obelisk. I will
What do
back up from it.
I will go around the corner. I'm not.
And how do we get
I
all
saw
the
the
stuff
last
off
explosion.
of,
I'll mage hand all of it onto
okay.
the onto the floating disc.
If I got that right, hopefully we
I
did.
think you do.
Okay, that guy. So Wallman, as he approaches it, we'll just role play it. I don't want to fiddle with it anymore. He wraps two massive arms around it. Of course, no sound from him, but just the grating of stone on stone. And this is a Thessalonian obelisk and Thessalonian stone.
Can he loose
He
it?
tries to
from what
rock
it's
it.
on top of?
Yeah, it's on a Thessalonian stone piece that's anchored inside the ground. It's very heavy, even for Wallman. He cannot budge it.
We've done all we can do. I do not have the means to consecrate this ground.
And I don't want to use the last of my power for today if we can't get back through that door. Just in case.
Yes, have Wallman grab the guard.
Yes.
I'll do the last kind of percepting that I'd like
Okay.
to do is just a sweep of the room, the walls, looking for any more scribblings, the stone plinth itself, and a thorough look at the cavity of the man to make sure that there's no other sneaky stuff in there. to help.
Oh, the garden?
Yes, yeah.
As you look around, you don't see anything sneaky inside the cavity of the guard's chest.
Good to know.
You do see, though, a lot of these writings that are scribbled on the walls are Thessalonian and beyond your current comprehension.
Current being the word.
I mean, I can read them. You don't have to use magic to do it.
I'll point at the wall and see how you can do before I do anything else.
Try.
I won't even say anything. I'll just kind of, like I'm reading a
follow you
book, follow, yeah.
All right. As they're doing this, Kate, anything else that you're doing? Did you guys just you put the dagger on the floating disc? Is
We
that what you
put
guys did?
the dagger-
With the mage
cloak,
hand, maybe?
With
the
mage
cloak,
hand, yeah.
the cloak. Okay.
Anything you mentioned.
Once
Okay.
that's
assume
taken
it's on
off,
the thing.
is it fair to say we chuck the body into the magma?
Yeah, we
okay.
can do that.
Okay. The body burns in the magma. As you look at the walls, you see some of them are questions.
Okay.
Questions like, who wields power today above? What became of Karzog? What became of Elasnist? What nation has replaced Thessalonia?
Oh.
You see mentions of the Rune Forge cast about among other inane scribblings of no discernible meaning, referring to it as a place of learning,
Place of learning.
but something that grew beyond their control.
The Runeforge itself is referenced in that way.
It seems to be.
But
It's difficult to tell.
It seems pretty clear this is not the Rune Forge. This seems to be a Rune Well, potentially.
Potentially, this could just be something they were using. Karzog. Elasnist. Do those names mean anything to me? Perhaps in my Thessalonian studies, might I?
Yeah, you would. Karzog, for certainly, you know to be a Rune Lord, and by, just sort of proxy and judgment, you would
Elasnist
assume
probably
that's
was
the same.
too.
Yes.
Yeah. Mentions of Runelords. How old was the Scribbler?
I suppose.
We'll never know.
I guess you're right. I wonder if he lived during the age of Thessalon.
This could be true, yet you seem to know their names, and you are yet a boy.
But he wonders which nation replaced Thessalonia.
It's academic inquiry, perhaps. This man seems to have been driven mad by questions that do not have easy answers.
Yes, perhaps we shouldn't delve
Thence
deeper.
the scribbling.
And you also know he was driven mad by more than just that.
Yes, I feel a pretty Lamashtu's influence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Kind of messes with the brain a little bit. Interesting. We can worry about that later. Do I get the sense that is all of the... I've read as much as what I can make sense out of?
As far as you can tell.
Then we need to leave.
Good.
Anything before you head back?
Wallman's got the guard. I've got the floating disc behind me with all the stuff on it.
Yeah, I'll just say I thought that there would be more knowledge here, that there'd be more purpose than just killing a beast and a cultist.
Should we leave that obelisk? I should try something.
What?
I could attempt to disintegrate it.
Is there a light on it?
Yeah.
Well, I think we need to get the light out.
Don't you have the ability to shape stone?
I do, not Thessalonian stone. I've tried it before. But perhaps I can turn it to dust. An attempt. I like your idea, Cade. I don't know how's best to do that.
Just keep in mind potentially some kind of reflective
I have an idea.
attribute.
What if Wallman takes lava and pours it on it?
That could potentially adversely affect Wallman as well.
If we knew how this took magic, much like I was able to disrupt the glyphs on the golems that we fought, we could disrupt the glyphs on this. If we had something strong enough to perhaps...
I can raise people from the dead. Maybe I have something.
Wait, what?
Raise people from
You!
I wasn't dead.
And with that, as the party argues about whether or not Cade has resurrecting power, while in a pocket planar dimension with a madman and the power of a demon, Lamashtu, all around them, we will conclude session 89 of Runelords. Stay with us. We're going to do 2 giveaways. We're going to talk about some upcoming events that we have, some very exciting stuff, and also want to say once again thank you. Thank you to those that joined later. I didn't get to greet all of you, but I saw so many of the familiar faces and names. Thank you so much for being our friends and for joining us today. There was much knowledge that was gained not just today, but throughout this journey here below, and so there is much to be pondered for this group. Incredibly heroic combat prowess demonstrated by
everyone.
both Markov and Cade.
All of us.
Also a sacrificial effort today by Cade as the player gave away a fate chip. Cade was dead. I mean, Alcott was literally
very dead. side.
And again, if you don't know how our economy works here, fate chips don't exist. No one in the party has one. We've given away just maybe 2 or 3 in the last
You are the
40 or
arbiter of
50.
fate.
Yeah, and it's only for really exceptional combinations of roles and role play. And so that was a huge sacrifice for Cade to make. Otherwise, we'd have been down 2. And that happens here. And there is no guarantee that you guys are going to get to the finish line. I want to be clear about that, particularly as we're getting to the end game here, particularly without Irda now to aid you. I know we talk about this a lot. I generally think a TPK should be a result of really poor player decisions, along with some. We're getting past that stage now. You are very high level characters. Somebody asked earlier on the stream. One of our brand new followers asked what level this party was.
13.
And I'm sorry, we didn't get a chance to pop in there in the chat. But we have some instructions on that. We'll work with. I know I saw Irda on earlier. Thank you so much, Irda, for joining us. Terry, thank you for being with us. But I know you may not always be able to mod this, and so we'll work to make sure we always have mod coverage, and so we can always get all those sort of chat components to answer questions during the stream. But yes, this is the highest level party that has ever played on a Blue Box stream, and these are 13th level characters. We're also employing some of the mythic rules from the Pathfinder rule set. So they're mythic level 1. Mythic levels are not based on experience points, they're based on doing mythic actions, and they had a mythic action recently with an incredible feat and defeat of a huge BBEG. So
And was today a
Who's
second
running
one?
the MVP thing?
and so we'll put the is anyone up on the stream right now that can put up our MVP poll?
I might be able.
And as we get ready to do our giveaways, remind you that we have our upcoming Tuesday night stream, our Greyhawk Awakening stream. That is a fantastic crew, little different setup. All the players are remote from all over the country, and you're going to enjoy that story. It's a great story. It's a great group. Slightly different feel of a campaign, much lower level, of course, and a great time with that group. Some good people. And then on Wednesday, we're going to have a Lore Master Arcanum. It's either going to be run this week by Robert or by Thomas. I'll be traveling on Wednesday. But we have some great topics that we can run, or we'll do a Monster of the Week on that Wednesday, and then we'll be right back here for episode 90. That'll be fun to do our 90th episode of our Runelords campaign. If you don't know what that means, today's a good example. That's about 270 hours of gaming that we've gone through in this campaign.
I believe next week is Mother's Day.
So yes, I knew that. I was testing her. So there will be no stream next Sunday. You need to be with your mothers. All right, so can anyone put up the poll?
I am currently working on it.
All right, so we'll have the poll up in a minute. What we do here is we have 3 players. Any of these 3 players can win Stream MVP. If they win Stream MVP, they get an additional 2,500 experience points for that. And then each of those players will be rolling for one of you for each of these, well, for the second giveaway, the big one. Let's do the first giveaway, which is for the tumbler. So in the chat, I'll put the command, ! Tumbler. That's what you want to type. And let me get the keyword in. Hold on.
What do we normally do it for? 3 minutes? 2 minutes?
Yeah, something like that. And we don't do it till everybody's gone.
Yep.
All right, so it should be in there. You type that ! Tumbler, and that will get you in the giveaway. We'll give you a chance to do that. And while we're doing that, let's go through. And the next thing, of course, we'll give away is this very cool terrain crate piece. Maybe you can just hold that up to that
Yep, absolutely.
camera over there. It's a 12-piece set. Read it to us.
It's got a lot of stuff in it. I don't know if there's much to read, but I can visually describe for you. We've got 2 little mushroom patches, 4 different trees, 2 of which have faces on them, and 2 tree stumps. A very fun little
Gothic
box of-
Grounds is the
Yes.
title of that pack.
Theater Eve is doing the poll.
We'll do that in a minute. Okay, Evelyn has got it. Thank you very much, Evelyn.
But I've got it ready on my phone.
Okay, why should Cade be Stream MVP?
Huzzah! Well, Cade should be Stream MVP because I'm Cade. That's why. Well, where can I start? I don't know. From the very moment of coming into the room, I threw my flying dagger at the beholder's eye. Not going with Markov's idea.
Huzzah!
Then I fly over to the obelisk thing, and as I make me flourishy flight, I throw a dagger at the Scribbler. Get him.
You
right
stick
there.
him good.
Stick him good, and then it flies back to me. Then I try to wield some mind control and make him a friend. Almost worked. Then
You'll get it one day.
Then, well, I'm over here, and then he goes over there. So then I fly back over.
Well, but before you did that, what did you do?
Oh my goodness, I'm forgetting.
Yeah.
That's what happens
But
when you
I
do so
didn't
many
know
great
that.
things.
Yeah.
So as I see the Scribbler killing Alcott, I see blood go everywhere. I throw me flying dagger again, hit the sword, and knock it out of the way. Don't know that Alcott's not dead. I think he's dead, but whatever. So I go over. Then I go over. I fly back over, and as I come down, I bring my sword through his neck. Then I kill him. Then I take all. Then I take
What else is there to say?
Then I take all my daggers and I just scribble all over him with the pointy ends. And then I see Alcott, my friend, dead. I use my own fate chip. And I raise him from the dead. My powers are more powerful than I thought. And I raise Alcott from the dead.
Yeah. What's funny is the last time Cade used healing magic was on Markov when he was also unconscious. So I think Cade just believes that he can bring people back from the dead.
All right. So wait, let me do the quick giveaway here for the tumbler. The winner, and this is not going to be a roll off. This is whoever it's going to be. The first, when the name comes up, gets the tumbler, and that is Hunter Ranger Hardley. Oh,
Hey.
I like your new little picture there. That's cool. The secret squirrel.
Squirrel.
All right, so Ranger must be present to win. I'm sure he is, but you just pop in the chat and let us
Wait,
know.
if you act now, you can get a resurrected Alcott as well. No price of.
And they have said that cated is a adjective or a verb?
Cated, yes, being cated.
Cated would be a
Cated.
verb.
Yes.
You've been cated.
Although, could it be what's the other word?
Cated rum. They said it's cated rum.
Well, then be an adjective.
Adjective.
A gerund, perhaps?
Maybe I'm both! Cade is a noun, a verb, and an adjective.
Cade is anything you want him to be.
All right, so you are indeed the winner, Ranger Harley, of the Blue Box Tumbler, and now
Who will Cade be rolling for?
they're just now getting it in, so I'll come back to that.
I see.
Yeah, we're gonna wait till all the poll doesn't come up until all three of them have gone. So tell us now why, between the two of you, why should Alcott be Stream MVP?
Alcott should be Stream MVP.
This will take some serious salesmanship.
Alcott did not have the best melee, we shall say. However, let it not be forgotten that haste was cast upon the party, and large swaths of damage were dealt with that haste attack. I will not allow you to forget this. I am a utility wizard, and I have done my very best. And I have proven that I am not very good at melee combat by knocking myself dead unconscious, but not dead. And I did successfully fake my own death to not then die right afterwards.
What's the code for the crate?
It's exclamation point Gothic. I put it in the chat. I thought I put it. Did I not put it in?
Gothic.
Yeah. I thought I did. Forgive me if I didn't. It's exclamation
For
point.
protecting the floor. He protected the floor.
And
He
Wallman
protected the
did an
floor.
immense amount of damage as well, assisted in killing the Beholder, and helped move things that could potentially be cursed, and Alcott bringing some wisdom to the table. I mean, I did some stuff.
You did some stuff. We just like teasing you because you're a great sport.
Yes.
And yeah,
He
you.
just did some stuff while I raised him.
Alcott though, in turn, he must be feeling.
A lot of things.
Well, he's lost Irda. He's lost hair like 3 times,
Yep.
and he's also like he's been through some very frustrating combats. You've had enemies that specifically laid traps for him. The enemies know he is the really difficult guy to be in the party. He's the powerful mage that
I'm
everyone
the
wants.
showy one.
That everyone wants to eliminate first, and he has 38 hit points. So.
Well, I have 64 now that my con is back up.
All right. Very good. Why should Markov be stream MVP?
Yes. Well, I think Markov demonstrated basically the Batman with prep time dogma. He was able to craft a great plan that was promptly ignored in action, but that's all right because we ended up doing well with all of the different prep and the different boons with Iomade.
Yep.
He was able to rush in and for once be a melee combatant,
Which was really cool.
And really needed in this combat without Yoda.
Yes. So, being the successor to the Shield of Alcadrian and just pumping a lot of damage in a very short amount of time, showing that he's scary even in combat. Because before this, there was a felt difference in level, and there was a jump somewhere along the way, and he's able to keep up with the big boys and girls in the group now. So yeah, and even getting almost bestial because he's just covered in blood and he's got reflective eyes and looking scruffy. So I think he did excellent to just be the hunter of the monsters
And
themselves.
took out the Beholder.
Yes, cut him, and tactically, even though it doesn't have a piercing or a slashing weapon, was able to engineer basically a cut through the Beholder to.
Yep.
Because it's not holding itself up, it's just gravity
Of course.
at that point, and all the tissue comes out. We have Beholder eyes now that we can hopefully.
And some teeth.
And some teeth. The eyes are a little bit more interesting that we can use in the future.
We'll
and
see.
I hold that I think that the toxin did quite a bit.
So there was damage being accrued for the both for the Scribbler and
Yes.
for.
And I did say early on that I was going to erase the Scribbler.
And he is no more.
And he is no more.
The protection from Iomade did help quite a bit. The +2 on defense saving throws.
It did.
Yeah,
No, it
quite
did.
a bit.
No, that was actually the buffs and the preparation was extremely helpful there. Okay, so thank you for the fan art today, Pat Draws. I know Alcott loves this piece.
Oh, absolutely.
And
really good.
in the chat, I think it was Jeff. I might have been Jeff. I think Moose said Alcott the opossum.
Yep.
Love that
That's
one.
my new spirit animal. Is the possum.
And yes, and yeah, the hat alone is a good reason to vote for Alcott as stream MVP. So your chance to vote is in the upper
Markov.
right-hand corner.
He's wearing
All right,
the
I'm
hat.
sorry, what did I say? Yeah.
I need everything I can
stream,
get.
Stream MVP, vote up in the upper right-hand corner, and
Run
you still
for votes!
you still have time to
Run.
type exclamation. Sorry,
can't prove
sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, that's right.
You're wrong.
Exclamation point.
I raise people from the dead.
Exclamation
Doesn't do
point Gothic
monsters.
in the
Mic
chat.
drop.
Before we do the giveaway,
lies.
let's quickly talk about one other thing we did not mention today, which is BlueBoxCon. Can you believe it's here?
I'm so excited. I
that's
now
not the
have
right
all
video.
of
Hold
my
on.
Alcott cosplay pieces.
Yes, it is. All right.
The shield.
Oh, you do?
You still have time to register, but you only have a little bit of time to get here and get your tickets and get ready. We have a handful of slots left. We've got a few spots left in tables. It's a fantastic day and a half of role play, activities at night, tables everywhere, fun games, hardcore games, tabletop stuff. We've got Liar's Dice, D20 roll-offs. We got mini painting with Mike Disney going to be here. We've got special stuff coming from sponsors. Mystical Unicorn Manda's got some stuff that she sent up. Amazing. It's going to be an incredible 2 days. And then, of course, on day 3, the best Renaissance festival anywhere in the U.S., literally 10 minutes from my house. Still time for you to register for BlueBoxCon. We'll pop the link in the chat.
And buy your tickets for the Ren Fair. if you
Huzzah!
haven't already.
Huzzah!
All right. It is time.
To roll.
You, Cade, are rolling for Pat 66.
Oh, huzzah!
Everybody pop in the chat. Let us know you're here. You must be
Everybody's
present to win.
Excited. What?
Yes.
Chaos!
You have a nice day.
Congratulations, my friend. You are up for the giveaway. And then
I don't know if I should use that.
Fraley 17.
I'm
Okay,
glad that I got chaotic because I got a +5 from him at the start of the stream. So.
Huzzah!
Okay.
I see the votes rolling in, good people in the land of Sea of Twitch. I appreciate the votes.
still time to vote for Stream MVP.
Goodness.
And who'd you say I have?
Sounded like you.
You
shouted
have
it.
Fraley 17, Patrick.
Bailey. Great, Patrick. We got this.
He's the creator of the ship.
Yes. Yes. The the pirate captain.
All right, so we have Pat,
Amako's
Benjamin, and Pat. Fraley's here. Chaos,
Chaos
yeah, of
is
course he is here.
Huzzah! I am using a purple die
Everybody's
and a
here.
blue die.
Okay, here we go. The roll for Pat 66.
Or should I use? I like big die and I cannot
Roll a
lie.
19.
It did roll a 19.
So it's
Here we
probably gonna roll
go.
like a 2.
Ooh, that's a cursed thing to say.
Yeah. Because I want.
13.
All right, we have a 13 for
Crap.
Pat of Pat 66.
Sorry,
All right,
Pat.
you have Benjamin,
But we
Chaosic.
can still do it. Low, low.
All right, here we go.
Low. Oh,
An 18.
no.
An 18 on the die for Benjamin.
Oh, I won! Huzzah! Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
oh,
you.
remember
MVP.
Cade is Dream MVP. Well done, Cade. And congrats to all of our role players today. All right, you have Pat of Fraley 17 fave.
Yeah, so you would think 18 would be hard to beat. And you're correct. It is.
All right, Benjamin, congratulations. You've actually been on a roll here, friend. I know you won recently as well. Thank you to everyone for being with us today. If you're watching today and you haven't followed, if you're a follower or hasn't subbed, if you're a sub, and there are a few of you out there, your subs have expired. We have one question for you. What are you doing? And then lastly, we want to say thank you. The best community in all the world. You guys have been amazing once again today. All the subs, all the bits, all the mad chattery, all the support. We just so deeply appreciate it. We'll see you back here on Tuesday night, and let's get our raid ready. Tell us today who we shall raid.
Let's see.
All right,
Well, this is always
so
Vancouver by night, typically.
we did Vancouver.
Time Lord's wife, perhaps.
Is she playing D&D today? Can anyone confirm that?
She's under D&D, but I think she's working on some homebrew stuff.
Okay, and so I'd like to raid into people that are actually playing. Can anyone tell me if the initiative order is playing right now?
I do not.
If not, we'll go Vancouver by night again.
I don't believe Vancouver by Night is playing.
They're not playing. They're doing world building as well.
Well, we don't.
Yeah, Jerry, no, I normally would raid Kayla, but I try to raid into actual games.
The initiative order is not live.
Mixed
There-
stabber stuff?
I just checked them. It said they were live. Let me try again. Raid channel. Yeah, they are. Vancouver and the initiative order are both up.
Great, wonderful.
Well, Vancouver rated up or was on our
yes.
channel.
Oh no, the initiative order is playing D&D right now.
But Vancouver came on and supported us tonight.
Oh, they were on the channel. All right, so let's raid back to Vancouver.
'Cause
And
they-
again,
they are playing.
Yeah, so we always try to raid into true D&D. We don't want to raid into something that's not on
Live
brand with
play.
the channel, right? So we're not going to raid into a video game. And then generally, we're not going to raid into like a world building or something else. We try to raid
Wiley
into live
Hobbit is
play
also streaming,
game.
somebody said.
Okay, but Wiley's normally he's wrapped up by now.
Oh.
So let's see here. I don't know how long has he been on. I didn't check it. I try not to raid into people that are about to quit. Let's raid the Hobbit though. He always supports us, and hopefully he's going to be on for a while. Why am I not seeing him here? Let me search it.
My Twitch is being weird too.
Yeah, Twitchy does that stuff sometimes.
I love a good ad.
It's literally
I love
not
ads.
coming up on my.
I'm an admin.
There it goes. That was weird. All right, we are raiding the Wily One. He's only been live for an hour. There's still time to
Perfect.
enjoy his stream. Blue box, 10 seconds to go. Final thoughts from the players.
Had a great stream. I loved it. It was it was fun combat. I died. Crushed him.
We do it for Ioma Day. we all do it
You
collectively.
And
Remember
raiding
your
with.
mothers on Mother's Day.
Remember your mothers next week on Mother's Day. Raiding with 63 viewers. Blue box out.
Secrets. We're still alive.